As I begin recording. Okay, so I'm not going to do a recap. We're going to go straight back into combat here. Anyone who's watching the VODs can very easily kind of catch up on the previous fight. Basically, what happened last time was you started the Crescent Crucible, finished the first fight. You went up against Tetoa, the Crawling Hulk, a massive hermit crab that was using essentially a wrecked boat as a shell. You both equally kind of fucked each other up a bit, and but you did ultimately triumph over Tetoa, and now you're fighting Jaga Keng the Primal, a massive silver furred albino giant ape from the Iosian rainforest. And as you've been whittling down Jaga Keng here, he kind of stumbles, injured from the fight. This massive albino ape's very sort of heavy breathing kind of turns to a deafening roar. His muscles bulge, eyes blazing with fury, and it gains this sort of newfound strength and agility. As Jaga Keng pummels the ground with its fists, thunders them against his chest. We will come back in to initiative. It was only a short recap. Right. Let's see. That was the start of Jaga Keng's turn. He's going to leap up about 40 feet. He's going to That is true. Oh, wait, hang on. Minor problem. Alright,
well,
so...
hold on. Like, if...
Okay, there we go.
Like, my swing happens before y'all, because if he just moves within my reach, he provokes. He has to leave y'all's reach.
Yes.
So if I hit, y'all don't get to swing.
That because he wouldn't even move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly, which means he wouldn't really...
So in that case...
Good catch.
Oh, that hits, and he stays where he is.
Perfect. Giving us ample opportunity to whack his taint.
Yeah, Liska's just gonna, like... He's gonna look like it, and she's gonna, again, smack him in the face with her glaive, and just kind of be big and imposing.
Alright. So in that case, after kind of having stumbled a bit from Liska's strike on top of this pillar, he's gonna
Cry.
Big monkey cry.
most immediate thing underneath him.
His balls to get his attention.
Actually, no. Liska's the one who hit him. He's gonna make a fist attack.
Yeah.
She is in range, sadly.
Let's
I
see
just
here.
had the most cool idea.
Fist
Gladly.
misses.
Swing at
It's
it.
quite
Uh,
difficult.
are you-
Against control.
Oh,
Are you rolling in GM? Because I can't... Oh,
yeah, my bad.
Nope, it's just lagging.
No, that was just me rolling in GM. I forgot to put it back in public.
Spicy
It was
attack.
definitely 3 crits though, guys.
Let's see. I think it's only 2 attacks. So second attack. Nope.
I like the question of the GM just asking for a stupid high number and asking if it hits. Meanwhile, Liska's over here being like, does a 26 hit? No.
No.
Nope. Angus. What you doing?
Alright. I am going to reach up and touch ass.
You're gonna clap his balls.
I mean, his balls are already resting on top of Vegas' head. So.
Exactly,
Pretty
there,
much.
just within reach.
That's what made him angry in the first place.
As they just scrape along his smooth scalp. Alright, buddy. Where is... I have to scroll down to the correct slot. Excuse me. Alright,
think it's
motherfucker.
3.
Can you imagine getting a hum to the balls?
Polisher of
I
blood lens.
cast Power Word Testicular Torsion.
And he's going to use legendary action to succeed against that.
This is the
Alright,
first
we're
time
wearing
I've
him
done
down.
one of those. Oh.
Oh,
Well,
Also, it's still on Jaga King. Initiative.
Oh shit. There we go.
that's not working. So I have a new idea. Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it?
I'm trying to find the thing that I know I have.
What?
Where's my rope?
Your rope.
Oh no.
oh boy.
Oh no. Oh,
Don't
no.
CBT the monkey, please.
Too late. Much too late.
I regret bringing
can't
up the
find it in
chains
my
now.
inventory, but I know I have rope. Was gonna
Okay.
link it. My idea is to tie an end of rope around one of his legs.
Okay. Because it takes a moment to tie the rope. I would probably have to put that as an action.
Okay. Then I would not be able to do that.
Okay.
There's always next turn.
What can I do as a bonus? Can I do any spells or anything as a bonus? I don't really think I can.
Can you do a rune? Would you like to do
I'm
a rune?
saving those. I'm already half through them, and I don't want to destroy the item. So, that's all I can do.
Okay.
Again, he'll shout out, try and wear down his mental fortitude. The spells aren't sticking.
Let's see here. He's going to use one of his legendary actions. Gonna leap up into the air.
Is it a special leap?
That is his special leap, yes. Let's see. Deja, what you doing?
Okay then. I'm going to try and hit him with his mind whip.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Here you go.
Oh. For psychic.
That doesn't seem right.
It don't. It should have done
How much should have it done?
I mean, it rolled literally almost minimum damage.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's 3d6.
so
2 ones
you
and
need to-
2.
But was
Yeah,
there a
and
save
shit.
or anything?
It's,
that's
it's-
why I'm getting
it is going to use
intelligence
its
save.
second legendary resistance to save against that. One more.
Alright.
Whittling it down, bit by bit.
It.
I'm actually confused on this. Can it do legendary saves back to back? Is that once a round?
It's just a thing it can do. It's not doesn't involve an action or reaction. It's just a meta thing.
There is a set amount he can do
total
total.
the round, or is it just per?
No, it's just 3 total.
He has 3 that he can use at any point in time.
And that's
So,
it.
I'm going to
Oh,
just
right.
move over here,
Mosey.
and that'll be it.
All right. Legendary action. Gonna throw a rock at you, Sayan.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Oh!
Jesus Christ!
You know
What the
how you
fuck?
said you broke triple digits? It's a good thing you did.
My
Do you
God!
happen to have the Icon of Fate?
I do, and I'm gonna fucking pop that.
Holy shit!
Jesus
Jenner, no.
Christ. Okay, let's re-roll that.
Jenner, no.
What the fuck, man?
Jesus Christ, 102 fucking points of
Look at the
damage.
fucking damage roll too.
Yeah.
I still find it hilarious that you were just talking about how your health got over triple digits, and then he hits you for almost all of it, and it would
Yeah.
have killed you last session.
Yep. Okay, so it's going to re-roll that. Hang on. Let's.
Remove the damage.
Yeah, we're going to remove the damage. Okay, that would have.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, just switch the 10s in one's place. That's nice.
That could have killed me.
I thought
Let's just
I'm in
bump that
danger.
over by a decimal point.
Okay,
I like to think it fell
yeah.
in front of Sao, and then we were all just like, oh no, and then she just steps out from behind it. Like, I'm okay.
Yep.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
Alright, let's go. You just see Sayun narrowly miss this incoming rock, that little piece of stone that Juggerkin just kind of tears up from one of the pillars, throws at her, and she just kind of very narrowly sidesteps.
Okay. This is going to do a thing to hopefully lock this monkey down, but he still has saves, so we'll see. She's gonna fly over Grunk's. Though I guess technically she doesn't have to because it's small. And then she is going to. Where is it? Is it skill saves? Okay, I'll just do it from the whatever. And she's going to use the. Where the fuck is it? It's the scary bear thing.
Oh,
Scare bear.
I think
Here it
that's
is, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Scare bear. Scare bear stare.
Yep. I am targeting something, bitch. I'm targeting the monkey.
Is that monkey on the ground, or is he still 15 feet up?
I mean, either way.
I mean, good to know. It still says that he's 15 feet up.
Yeah. She will be. I guess she will. Like this
She,
within her movement to
yeah.
be on even footing with him.
You know what? Jugger King is going to use his last legendary save against that.
Alright, jump him.
Good call.
Damn boy.
How do you flavor this?
Just because she can. As she starts like moving forward. Yeah, sure. As she starts moving forward, there's this kind of ephemeral blue glow around her that takes the shape of a giant bear, and she's just gonna, and it's gonna look like just lumbering forward, and then she's gonna kind of jump up, and this bear that's as big as she is gonna roar in the Ape's face before kind of fading out and revealing her again.
The bear roars in the face of Jarga King. Jarga King roars in return, and there's this moment of about 6 seconds worth of both just continuously roaring in each other's faces, like Godzilla versus Kong. That sort of standoff with that long extended "I will not back down." And just make me an intimidation check for the sake of the audience.
Okay. What the? Oh, that's weird. Did that go through? Or is it just being?
Oh, is it being?
Oh,
slow?
I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh, there. 29.
Since 29, so I'm good chance.
The crowd flees.
The crowd is immediately silenced by this racket, these primal dueling roars of two primal forces facing off in this arena. You can feel the cavern shake, and as the two roars of Jarga King and your ethereal bear fall quiet, there's this immediate uproar as the crowd cheers, thoroughly impressed by the display. And you can see throughout the crowd a number of bookkeepers kind of rushing around trying to take everyone's bets.
Yeah, more money.
More money.
Soon we will fill the bag and Jenna will have to make the maximum bigger.
And then she's
look
gonna
at us, we're
attack.
3/4 of the way there.
Okay, go ahead and attack.
She's going there.
Wham.
And it's
That's a big glaive.
Liska's a big girl.
once, twice, 3 times.
3 times a lady.
Shoo, shoo, shoo.
And I think, yeah, he's about to get the fucking unwavering mark taken off, but that'll be fine. So I shall end my turn. And can you reapply unwavering mark, Jenner?
I can. Let's see. I think so. Oh shit! I don't think I can.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit him,
Okay,
and
and I'll just undo the damage.
yeah.
I will. I'll give you a
It's
man.
not,
I'll
it's
give
not my
you.
turn.
Oh fuck! Hang on. There you go. I will give you a manual version of this at the end of the game.
I knew it.
If
I
I
knew
hit
it.
him.
You would.
There you
we
go.
Okay, just hit him to apply your mark. It doesn't matter. It actually misses for once.
Turn over.
Okay. Grunker, what you doing?
Oh boy. Let's see, he's on the pillar, right?
Yes, and he's going to use his last. I think, this would be his last legendary action to try and grapple Liska.
It's a door.
Misses.
Trying to throw me, bitch.
Isn't that cute?
Alright. Let's see. These pillars were also climbable, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, let's just open the sheets. Don't think I have anything specific with this. And see, I'm not raging, right? I don't think I did
Not
that.
not currently.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
think you've been raging throughout this entire.
No, I have. I don't think I did because I've been so far away from him.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna climb up. Let's see. This is still difficult terrain, so that's.
Yep, this is
10.
difficult terrain.
It is there.
All the
I think climb. What are you saying?
I was just saying, all of the sort of shifting tiles beneath you are indeed making this sort of difficult terrain.
All right. Well, Climbing isn't difficult terrain, right? Because it's just a bunch of like footholds and shit.
It's just half movement speed.
Right.
So you'd need about 30 feet to get from where you are to the top.
Okay. So wait, I've gone 10, and diagonal is still 10 feet, right? Should be.
Yeah, for the first one.
Yeah, so I've gone 20 feet.
You could dash to get up there.
I can.
Do you have the nimble? You do have nimble escape as a bonus action.
I do, which means that I can. Let's see, what did that do again? It means that I can like hide as a bonus action and use disengage as a bonus action instead of an action.
Oh, sorry, I thought dash. Never mind.
Oh,
No, that's a rogue thing.
No, yep. You're right.
Yeah, I ain't no rogue. I ain't no rogue. All right, well, I'm gonna. Oh, right. Yeah. There you go. 15 feet. Thank you. So I'm gonna rush up there. I'm gonna stand under him and I'm gonna rage.
All right.
And with that, I want to activate my. Yeah, and with that, I want to activate my barbed branders.
All right. Nice. Which you can do as part of your bonus action to rage.
Yes, I can do that in the same action as my raging.
Yes.
So I will do that, and I will, let's see, press the button. Press the rage. Yes. And then... okay, and then let's do this. Use frenzy? No. Guess I will use one of these abilities. And I am now on fire. And I guess that is my turn.
Okay.
Ow.
You take the 3 fire damage at the end of your turn.
And that is halved. Is that halved, or should I halve it?
You took 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is automatically halved.
Why does it have it twice?
I don't.
That's not supposed to happen.
I don't know, but it didn't seem
Still
to apply.
only I only took 1 damage, so
Yeah,
it didn't actually apply.
So, bit of a glitch there. So, Sayun, as you narrowly avoid this oncoming boulder, what do you do?
I'm gonna move to fucking hold on. My token selection thing is gonna work again. I'm gonna move to basically somewhere between the corner here. Angus, would you like to get an all rage?
Sure.
That feels weird to say. Alright. Then I am going to cast, where the fuck is it again? Vortex Warp.
Alright.
Unfortunately, I have to pop a 3rd level for that to get you in there, but I'm not gonna play around with Monkey here and his throwing arm. Let's see.
Yeah, he's a little scared.
I'm trying to cast a spell, but
Yeah,
it's
you got
being weird.
Yeah, you got a target.
There we go. And
I will just say. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll have to set that to friends automatically fail.
And poof. Balls.
Oof, balls.
Specifically balls. She keeps putting him right underneath the monkey's balls.
Specifically.
The stank is going to be horrible.
That familiar feeling, that familiar scent.
God damn it, Janner.
Hey, you put him there.
Alright, in the meantime, bonus action, Parrot is going to bolt.
Alright.
Vetus deletus.
That hits.
Ow.
And he is pushed 5 feet to the side. Or back.
I
So
see.
it's kind of an awkward angle.
It's sort of diagonal. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. And Sao is going to just
Takes it
get
straight
out.
in the shoulder. Alright.
Yeah. Sao is hiding behind the corner.
Vellum, what you doing?
I have a question.
What is your question?
With jumps in particular, it says about moving 10 feet before doing it.
You can't do it.
No, I know I can't do it here. What I'm saying is, can that movement be part of an existing jump? So if I jumped from here the amount that I was able to, would that count as 10 feet's worth of movement for the purpose of doing another jump?
No.
It doesn't specify.
No. If you can fly, sure, but no.
You can't
No,
double jump.
You have to run up to 10 feet in a
Does
straight
dropping
line
cost any
and move
movement?
along.
I don't think dropping would cost any movement, no.
Falling doesn't cost movement, but walking off the ledge the 5 feet does. It doesn't cost you 15 feet to vertically fall down. You can do acrobatics to reduce the damage, but if you take any damage from a fall, you automatically fall prone and then
Yes.
have to spend the remaining feet to get up.
That is the risk.
That makes this tricky then.
Yeah, there's no way to fall, take damage, and not go prone.
Oh, that's
So-
not what I'm worried
Unless you
about. I'm
have
fine
fe-
taking
fe-
damage.
Unless you
I
have
was-
feather fall.
My plan was originally to jump as far as I could and then use that momentum to do a high jump.
No, you can't double jump.
Yeah, you can't double jump.
But what I
you
suggest
could.
you possibly could do is jump to here.
Yeah, how
And
high
then
up is
jump
this? I
over
was
there.
looking at that.
That's about equal height to the pillars, so you could.
Okay, that's good.
I certainly would allow an acrobatics check to see if you can do some monk shit.
There you go.
I mean, fuck it, I'll give that a go. It beats going over the difficult terrain ground.
It's like you seem to lolly do shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Maybe
it's
I
doable.
can do this.
Alrighty. 5 foot here.
Hmm?
I'm gonna have to jump for it, but I have enough strength to hopefully account for getting to that doodad. So you wanted a acrobatics, was it?
Yes, please.
As soon as my sheet stops being wonky. Not terrible.
16. That is just what you needed.
Oh,
So how
I don't
do
have
you
proficiency in acrobatics.
how do you flavor this?
So seeing the distance, judging that he's not going to be able to jump it or run a jump it, he's it's like as the monkey is pushed back, Vellum's vision shifts and then he catches that outcropping in his peripheral, and so he just with a mighty hop, wouldn't call it a leap, but ends up just sort of digging his blade into the I assume is it stone or gold?
It is gold.
Luckily it's a soft metal, so I stab into it. And am I able to stand here or can I keep moving?
You can probably keep moving actually, because you succeeded in that that acrobatics check.
Now, do these two squares encompass the entirety of that object? Or is it a single square object?
It's that entire object.
Okay. So if I were to move here, that would be fine? Am I technically in range?
Actually, you would be in range. As you kind of leap, and much like the Prince of Persia, you sort of jam it in and kind of run across the gold and the walls there. You kind of.
And you're actually flanking with Liska right now.
You are.
I am indeed flanking. I was considering hopping onto his back from where I was, but flanking is very juicy. It does save me a use of my fighting spirit. And so, just sword embedded in, he sort of plants his front foot to stop himself from falling, and then just swings at the calves. I suspect he's flailing on this tiny platform, and his legs are kicking off. And every time he just hamstring the motherfucker.
Yep. The force ballista impacts him. He stumbles back. You kind of run across the walls on top of that sort of jaguar, golden jaguar head, and you use that opportunity to.
Hamstring time. I was not targeting him.
You were not, no.
I thought I was. Well, would a 23 hit anyway? Do you want me to?
23 would hit, yes. So just keep rolling until you hit. We'll just take that damage. There we go. So 11 points of radiant damage.
So, sorry, are we counting that as my first attack, or we counted the 23 as the first?
We're counting that as your first attack.
Okay. And there we go again.
Oh,
So he clicks on the first swing, and then the leg sort of probably twitches in pain, and then he just stabs right in the ball of the foot.
Here he comes with his
the balls.
nat 20 again.
balls.
In the balls.
And then another just hamstringing raise. And I do have a bonus action, but nothing to spend it on. No, that would be more of an action. Alright, I was gonna try and like amp up the crowd, but that's definitely an action.
Yeah.
That's me.
Alright. Let's see. Jaga King's turn. He's he's getting frustrated trying to swing at your Liska. And
As anyone would.
Understandable.
with that impact against his calves, he's going to go after the Vellum now.
Hello. Good thing I'm here. That does not hit.
Yep, because it's
Raise the shields.
Yep.
Clong.
because of the mark.
Yep, because Liska's marked him.
I do appreciate the mark,
I do what I can.
which is everything.
Is that all attacks or the first one?
It's all
Second
attacks.
attack.
Within 5 feet of him, it's all attacks.
Just
That's why I
ringing out
got-
like a gong against my shield, and there's just no visible damage on it.
He's going to try and leap away from Liska, provoking from her, and let's see if she manages to keep him still before everyone else
Yeah,
attacks.
we have to. It's like waiting in line. We have
Yeah.
to make sure Lister goes first.
Alright, so... I'm gonna hold down Alt.
Let's get a DMV.
Does that trigger? Did that trigger? Oh, I'm not attacking him. I'm not targeting him. This way. Okay.
That's a food. Good old.
Isn't it? Jesus Christ. Okay,
There we go. That hits. He
take his
remains where it is.
Rattling, boys.
And let's see here. I think that's all. he
Oh,
can-
also, did my crit not garner any crowd favor?
That's a fair point, actually. It did.
I am gonna milk it because fuck it. I'm gonna get it while I can before everything goes horribly wrong and we lose some.
Yeah. That's all Jaga King can do, I think.
He can get as angry as he likes, but he's still fucked.
Yeah. Yep. Angus, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Finally, I can get him in the balls.
If only I had two hammers.
Question, things were working like this last week, but I want to make sure. We're technically flanking me and Grunka right now.
I think Grunk. Yeah.
Because these things
yeah.
are only... So we're technically on opposite sides of where he can be standing.
Technically, yeah.
That's just from my understanding, if you want to rule different.
So I was looking it up the other day, and it is like in older editions, flanking could be a bit weird with like individual squares, but it does say a creature's space, like opposite sides of the creature's space. So I don't think I don't know if it's up to you, Jenner.
I would say
interior squares should count for flanking because otherwise, every I don't know. It's up to you.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I will say. Sorry.
He's absolutely right, but something to consider. If we are on the opposite sides and we're in the diagonal corners, what's the difference if we close it? Is us getting underneath and tacking him under his belly because he's so big suddenly make it so not flanking?
Hang on. I will say, for the sake of this, for the sake of this kind of while you're on this pillar here, and because he's sort of barely bouncing on here right now, you two are proving to be threats here. So I will say, for the sake of this, sure, I will allow you to gain advantage from flanking.
Okay. If you're cool with that.
Yeah. See, the thing is, the counter I would make against that, just for in the future, is you're essentially just saying, what's the difference between going from here to suddenly being on this side of him with Gronka, both on a singular side of him? Because if you're thinking about it, you're underneath his square at that point in time, where you're intimating that you are. So it's the difference between going from being here to just being in here. You go from being in a wider stance to being inside his square. So you're essentially asking, if we're all both on one side, why aren't we flanking? You've already said that it counts as flanking, so this is something for later.
I've already ruled that, but this is very likely not going to be the case from now on.
That is a fair point. I'm confused because we were changing things from last time, so I'm trying to find consistency.
I think the difference is that before then, I think it's also depending on if I'm actually on top of him or below him. Because I feel if I was
on top of him.
No, I'm underneath him.
Okay, you're underneath him and I'm underneath him.
Yeah.
So we're not vertically flanking.
Yeah, no. So if I was on his back, I'd say that it would be flanking, but I'm not.
Yeah.
It just looks like that because
I'll rule for now that you would gain advantage in this. This is just so we can move things forward, but we will address this after the game.
Okay. That makes me feel kind of bad.
So it's the precedent that was set, and we can revisit it later.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Well, I have him targeted. If that's the case, I'm gonna cast a attack spell on him.
Okay.
Not him.
Yeah. I'd point you to the recent GIF.
Nut him in the nuts.
Oh no.
They call that the inflict punching bag.
Angus is gonna tuck his hammer underneath his armpit and raise his fist up. Oh, Jesus.
No.
I was not expecting that.
No.
I was not okay.
Haven, please.
It's a big monkey.
He's gonna raise his fist up and start swirling it in the air as he surrounds it with that ethereal, bright, ghostly blue before it turns into a familiar, massive, stony fist And he just shouts out, Soulface the Skog! And he's going to deliver an inflict wound spell directly to the testicles.
Yes.
Oh
Okay, go
Blinding pain.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a crit.
It'd be hilarious.
Oh.
Not quite.
Oh, that,
Not quite.
what's that roll? Did that have to be a... Wow.
That was a 2 and a 9.
Oof.
That was a low roll.
You know what? I'm gonna pop an inspiration.
Oh,
So I
okay.
want to see if I can fish something.
Okay.
Oh, you want a crit
better.
fish? Juicy.
I want to crit fish.
Alright, we'll
Either
undo that
way,
damage.
I think Angus has earned the title of Abolisher of Bloodline for that.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
brain.
Manually.
So I forget, is with the inspiration, are we doing you re-roll the entire roll with, or sorry, the entire attack roll, or just you get an extra roll
It's
with
the
advantage
entire
on top?
roll, from what I recall.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay,
No.
that's different.
Well, the entire attack roll, not the damage.
Yeah. So that's 2d20. Keeping this.
Okay, so
A 2 and a 1. Holy shit.
I'm telling you, man, Angus has not been doing
that's
well.
no, it's
Fuck, man.
So it's still 22 for 17.
22. Okay, so I'll reapply that
As he
damage.
punches him in the testicles with a spectral stony fist.
The entire crowd just cringes.
Subtract gold. It's just... It's like, ooh.
It's especially all the noblemen in the crowd.
Oh, he's near death. Are they gonna recall
I
him?
mean, you would be too after that.
Yeah. He it's you know what? I'm gonna have him just let me hear real
Fall
quick.
prone.
Yeah, he falls prone.
On to Grunka.
Oh god, death
And the
saves.
cray, you weasel-headed fucknugget, tit of a jobby-faced, frail-bodied ninny, you spoon of a sour-faced wazzock. Gonna cray,
Actually, considering he's like
gonna shit your pants and coo.
as Jaga King
Knock the cum right out of him.
is about to collapse on top of you, Grunka, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, Grunka and Angus.
Grunka and
Yeah, me
and
too.
Angus.
Yeah, use them. They're
Oh,
both
don't
underneath.
get trapped under his balls, dude.
Oh, let's see. Dexterity, did you say?
Yes, please.
Let's see. I have advantage on this because I assume I can see the monkey.
Yes.
the monkey falling at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see the cause and the effect.
I think the correct
Yeah.
term here is monkey balls.
Angus.
Gonna cry, gonna...
Just getting teabagged by a monkey.
I'm also going to have him roll a dexterity saving throw.
So you can see like it rolls off the pillar.
That's
Oh,
exactly
you have to lay on it.
That's exactly what happens. As you this ethereal fist to the balls, ding 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 ding, and immediately the entire crowd cringes, and he's immediately kind of goes to cup his groin. You hear this ooh, and he falls and rolls.
He falls, he takes falling damage.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what's funnier, the fact that you actually slapped the shit out of his balls, or he caved over, or the fact that Sarah
however-
does not know any of this.
You
There's
also,
no-
Yangus, you also fall off the pillar as a massive
Dragged off
kind of
by his
I would actually like to do something.
yeah.
Fucking, where's me boy?
Oh,
I'm trying to link the thing. I'm gonna reduce the distance. It would move me in any direction by 10 feet.
Okay, so
Does that stop me from falling off the pillar?
Yes, it does. You're just prone.
Knocked prone.
You're just prone.
You fool! This is stone. You've only increased my surface area.
I'm gonna give you inspiration for this, Angus.
This is great.
All right, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Is he near death enough that they want to call the fight so he doesn't die?
No, that'll happen when he's at 0.
I mean, he's hurting pretty badly right now. He's sort of rolling on the ground, cupping his groin.
Oh, I'm gonna make this even worse.
Oh no!
Oh, this is fucking animal abuse.
No.
Now you can say that you've had forced movement against you from a pair of testicles.
Now don't just. I don't think.
And that I've negated it.
I'm joking.
I don't think he's going to even use any legendary actions here.
I'm gonna move here. I'm
Angus
also
is
transform,
Legendary
polymorph into a giant monkey, and then jump off and just slam my fist into its back of the head.
One second. I don't have a giant ape on me.
I mean, yes, you do. There's one right there.
Well, the giant ape is a large creature. He's got entirely different stats.
Do bear in mind, though, Spice, that your action will be to cast a spell. You would not be able to whomp him afterwards.
I still just love
He's almost defeated.
Yeah, I'd say just
So
go for
you'd
a
be
flashy
running a
finish
slog.
instead of turning it.
Flashy finish? Alright.
You know,
just love it.
you know
I love
what?
the image of Angus just standing
if I
there on
did-
the pillar, fucking face just drenched, and he's just standing there like,
Not the spell
It's just like
It's not the spell I'm using, it's my class
mustache
ability.
like glued to his face.
Alrighty, let's let the Spice do it.
You know what?
Sorry,
Jar, just make the knockout blow.
Alright.
Put him out of misery, please.
Jar uses her class ability,
Also,
which is a shape changer. He transforms into a big monkey, runs up, elbow like luchador, and just comes straight down.
All damage.
and at that, Jaga King falls unconscious.
Non-lethal, by the way.
Okay, yep, I assumed.
We're default non-lethal, don't worry.
The crowd is the crowd is just overjoyed by this. You can hear sort of this sort of the laughter of Schadenfreude across the noblemen and noblewomen, which is some of them sort of throw down their bags of gold in despair. Others clap and cheer as you just all the rounds
Victory
up.
fireworks.
There you go. Bursts into these small fireworks, and with that, what? All of you
That was something.
teleported out of the arena.
Horrible.
Liska,
This guy's gonna hand
Do you have
Angus a rag.
stone? Do you have that stone?
Oh, yes, I do. Here, and she just like touches, just like boop on top of his head, and prestidigitates all the monkey stuff.
The
I thought you were just gonna go, oh no, I lost it.
Oh god.
God.
Oh, you're
I
also
didn't
mean.
do anything to that monkey. I didn't touch him.
I thought you hit him like
I
once or
did-
twice with your crossbow.
Yeah,
I pinged him with my crossbow, and that's like it. That was like maybe 10 damage total.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this before we start taking a long rest.
Well, we have a short rest.
Short rest, sorry.
Okay,
Words.
I didn't take any damage.
Oh,
Well, you're Liska.
True.
Liska doesn't
you're
take
gonna-
damage.
precipitate on Angus' good smell.
Yeah, but the stone just cleans.
The stone just cleans. It doesn't make you smell good.
Yeah, like mine's the non-scented soap. Like
Just the monkey ball sweat. Lovely.
Not having any of that. Yeah.
I also like
Gross.
how pretty much no one got injured.
No.
Yeah.
Because you.
He tried bouncing around, and then we just Liska would just stop him every time,
Yeah.
and then we'd wail on him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's like our strongest suit as a party. We can just lock down people.
Yep.
Also, the gif I posted in party chat really explains Sal's moment.
Yeah.
No, that
Right.
was pretty well.
That's
That's
that in a
just-
nutshell.
Thing. Like,
Oof.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, yeah. I think that was my first like triple digit damage.
Yeah, you know what? You want to know the fun part about it? Even if it would have been like a full-on hit and I can do nothing about it, she would still be up with 6 HP.
Yep.
That was very close.
Damn, dog.
Well,
That's-
that was a thing.
Yeah, this was.
Bubby is just
How do you
off
like
there.
that one?
Oh, sweet summer child. She's like, I want to watch, and then I want a better place to watch, and then she's watching us beating the shit out of the nuts of a giant.
She's gonna have some very awkward question for you when you meet again, Vel.
Oh god, could you imagine if Angus made an impression on her and the next time you guys are roughhousing? She just-
I'm sure that'll come
I'm
up.
a
as
hero!
we'll address that.
Testicular torsion.
So it's
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
like kids hitting their dad in the nuts and they don't know why he's buckled over crying.
First, that's a
Yeah.
curse if I ever heard one.
What did I do?
Anyway, back in character.
Right. So I don't think we really need any healing because I literally took 1 damage.
I made a light top up, but I could probably chug a potion for that.
I mean, we could just. I mean, we have the dice. Or hit die.
That-
Just use one of those.
Oh yeah, we do have hit die.
That, and we also have like food.
I have like 11 hit die. We use one.
You can see
Shoot, same.
Varesh and Zanzil are sort of up there talking amongst themselves, and
How smug does a Varash look right now?
she looks very, very smug. And you can see Zanzil. You swear you see her crack a smile of amusement at that last battle.
Good. We make
Nice.
an impression.
They're gonna make like fucking funniest home videos and just people getting fucking their nuts hit and everybody's gonna love it.
Next time on L My Balls.
We've created a new sport, ball tag.
All time.
I just want to say that is twice now that Angus has effectively ended the fight with a smack to the testicles.
I mean, it's one of his strengths, man.
It better be, that's all he can reach.
Dirty fighting, it's a dwarven tradition.
It's a thing. It
The,
works.
drummer-
It works.
The drummer comes up
There's
to.
always honor among dwarves, lad. But that's not a dwarf.
You see, the drummer's probably been watching this entire fight take place, and he just kind of wordlessly comes over to readies his drumstick and just kind of looks at you, and just kind of shakes his head a bit.
Ugh.
Like
Being judged by the drum man.
like
It's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be forever known as the ball tapper.
it's like
That's the kind of reputation
very
you don't
different
shake,
idea.
man.
he too is sort of cringing, like, oh, I felt that. And with a couple strikes of the drumsticks against that enormous sort of ritual drum, the entire arena is reset.
Tur's still down there.
So, okay. So, during the short rest, Vellum is going to generally just casually pose the question. Does anyone have any chain handy?
The Shadow does. Why?
Well, I've got not a feeling, but something tells me the way these fights have been going. We had a tough one with a good defense. We had a wall of muscle with good offense, and something. I just get a feeling it's either going to be something airborne or something we're going to struggle to pin down. So I'm thinking maybe.
There'd be a flyer.
Can't hear you very well, Atlas. Are you far away from you, Mike?
Oh no. Let me turn it up a little bit. He was just saying, oh, I was thinking there'd be a flyer. Shall we get
same.
Fresh to send an errand boy out to buy some chain?
No, I mean, I have 10 here, Dejar has 10. If anyone else has any, then as long as we have a good amount to wrap around something, then we'll,
Sal just gives a look to Vellum and then pans over to Deshar. Why do you have chain on?
Ask a mage hunter. Why does she have chain on her? Seriously?
No, I mean, like, why do you have chain on you right now?
I carry things for
I
everything.
thought you dropped that off back with the others.
No. I always have. Look, there are times when you need to have something that you may need it, and it's better to have it and not need it, or not have it and you actually need it. I'd rather be prepared.
Agreed.
There's just a moment where Sal just looks at her and just nods. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly, there was one adventure. I wish I had chain to wrap up a fucking necromancer, and it was my foolish thought to be turn around and not tie him up. Lo and behold, shit went wrong. So I just grabbed shit
Right,
and I
but
hold
so
on to
no
it.
one else has chain.
Does anyone else have any?
No.
I'm glad you learned your lesson. Good job, you're a puppy.
Okay, so we have 20 feet to work with here.
Hey, Varesh.
Yes, it was a very amusing fight, I will say.
I'm glad. That one was from me ancestors. We fucking hate big old monkey lads. Well, we don't hate them. It's just... Well, you saw why we don't like them. Yeah, point being... Oysters aside, we could use some more chain. Can you send an errand boy up to get some chain for us in case there's something that's gonna fly about? It'd be quite funny to see us wrap chain around Grunka and throw him at it like a wee bola.
You know, that would be amusing.
wait, what?
I tell you what, I will see what I can do.
Thank you kindly, Miss Rosmond. And funnily enough, I guess that is exactly my thinking.
If we wrap up Grunka with chains, and then give Grunka to Liska, who flies at it, and then hurls Grunka at the flying thing, now we've essentially got like a seeking projectile that will wrap around it and start tying the things up. And then Grunka, you might fall and smash into the ground, but you'll be on top, so it won't hurt.
Well, no, we don't need to do that. I mean, Grunka, you have your harness, right, with your climbing stuff?
Yeah.
If you could go putting that on, we can just clip the chain onto you, and then you can put the chain around whatever the hell we're fighting.
That could be fun.
Plus, it means you wouldn't have to run
I can
around.
wrestle it to the ground.
That means you wouldn't be running around trying to just pop shots off on it. You could actually get in there and do your best.
I gotta admit, I didn't really like the last fight. It was very frustrating.
Exactly, so I bet you'd love to get right on top of whatever you need to fight.
That would be nice, yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, I can put the harness on, I guess.
And I'll work on when Razman, if Razman manages to get some chain short notice, then I'll start linking all this together. Liska.
Oh, let me borrow a few pythons.
I assume that was a
go on,
grunker
sorry.
because I don't have any.
Yep.
Who? What? What do you say?
He wants to borrow a couple pythons. The climbing spikes.
Oh yeah, sure. Here
You
go.
don't have to actually trade it to me. We can just,
Oh no, they're not like a physical thing in the kit. They're just kind of like included in the kit.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
can just RP and say that here you go. I'm not gonna.
Alright.
I mean, it would be funny to like hammer them into whatever we're gonna fight, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Liska, how strong would you say your arm is?
I
It
can't
is
believe you
long,
used to
why?
monster like that.
Out of character, what's your strength score?
My strength score is 18.
Okay, so it'd be basically the same, because I got 19. Same. Do you want to try Huck and Grunker, or should I? Because I've got the, he sort of just flexes the fingers of the gloves.
Angus looks at you quizzically. She can fly.
Well, it'd be good to have the
fine
option.
tossing Gnogga if necessary. Like we've done it before. We're used to it.
It's a
Alright.
well done routine at this point.
Just didn't want to put too much on your plate with everything that might happen. Alright.
If Grunka does fall, I can cast Fly on someone. On him.
Well, if I know
Yeah.
Grunker, and I hope I do, then he is going to be
Prefer-
clinging on for dear life.
If you're gonna cast fly on someone, I would prefer it to be me if I am the one falling.
Yes.
Very important.
I prefer you do not cast fly on me at all. Thank you very much. I will not use it.
Number one, I don't think any dwarf would like to fly.
No.
So
I
I'm
don't
not
want
going
either,
to.
but, you know, I'm kind of stuck in this situation.
I
I'd rather fly than fall.
That's the secret. You just close your eyes. I'm not falling. I just got punched by the ground.
That's. Did y'all just have just a austere look? Like, right.
If I don't see it, it can't scare me.
The
That is
fucking
really
lie.
effective, actually.
Right, so are we all sort of settled? We don't know for sure if the thing's going to be flying. If it is, great. If not,
Well,
oh
I figure
god, what
it-
if there's multiples?
Well, we got
You
enough
re-
numbers to keep that covered, but even if it's not flying, I suspect from the trends it might be something that's either fast or hard to pin down.
Maybe
You know,
they
it would
It makes
be-
sense.
It would be
it's like
amazing
a
if we had to
giant
do.
bullet.
Or those things
Or
we
something
fought,
else.
those headed horned beasts we came across the road.
What?
I can't remember the name of them.
So the Triceratops.
I think so. Yes. Sorry, I'm really tired.
Oh, do you mean the flappy?
Maybe, I don't know.
We could.
Oh, what if it's one of those sandstorm things?
I think
Wait,
that's
no,
too
that
big.
wouldn't fit in the room.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
Never mind. Oh, could you imagine if it was a baby one that just barely fit? Oh, I'd shake my pants.
I feel
I
like
love a baby would really make for good sport.
we've had like
When it's
one
bigger
big
than
crab.
the room,
I feel like we've
I'm
had
sorry,
one
what?
big crab with like maybe some tiny little crabs, and then one big monkey. I feel like what's probably going to happen next is a lot of medium creatures.
That was my thinking. So
Start hearing.
you had a big slow sturdy and you had a big fast. Now you're probably gonna have a combo.
Well,
Or
even if
flyer.
even if we don't end
Ching,
up using
ching,
this
ching,
tactic in the
ching,
next
ching,
fight.
ching, 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 ching. You see, rapidly making his way down towards your group is one of Varesh's bodyguards holding this sort of long rolled up length of chain bundled in his arms.
Very nice.
A length of 100 feet of chain.
Oh, perfect.
Very, very good. Thank you, lad.
And it's
A lot of chain.
right at that
Here, have
moment.
some bacon.
Thank you.
It's
And
good for the.
he's just out of breath right now, and he kind of sits himself down next to the seating area here. And it's at that moment that Madame Zanzil steps up to the plate once more. Our third fight brings us to the dense jungles of the Tanzan wilds, a place rife with rich history and an equally dangerous menagerie of beasts. This trio has been a plague of many caravans.
Called it.
They are as deadly as they are deviously intelligent. The drums echo through the cavern. Actually, no, before that happens, actually. You were all teleported into the flat arena. Let's see. Who's next? Angus, roll me a D9 real quick.
1d9.
Yes, 1d9 please.
6.
Yucks.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
Dejar.
Add coordinates.
Dejar, roll me a D9.
Okay.
And so,
If you get a 9, it's going to be 69.
oh, this is probably going to be where we are in the grid. Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
I feel like 9's gonna be
While
mid.
we're rolling that, Janner, quick question. Would I have had time to combine the two 10 feet of rope into a single 20-foot rope? Not rope, chain.
It's fairly easy to do during the entire speech, so I'll say sure. This girl, roll me a D9 please.
Oh.
Okay.
Hoping I end up with the squish.
Oh, you're doing it side to side. Okay.
Oh.
I was like,
Okay.
what the?
I whenever I
Um,
think that, I think of like the numpad.
Right. Grunka,
I
roll
was
me,
thinking-
roll me a D9 please.
I think like a clock.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Let's go row by row.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, hey,
5,
buddy.
6, 8.
Actually, roll me a D9 again please.
Oh, we have to be separate.
Bye, bye, buddy.
Bye,
Hello.
buddy.
Just an accidental
Oh,
teleport. I was like, oh, wait, no, I was supposed to put you over there.
Roll again.
Again, roll again.
You know, Jenner, you could just start being like, roll a d7, roll a d6.
No,
and then
you
just
know what?
And how would you align that? Oh, yeah, I guess you could just do
Yeah, empty
Okay.
spaces.
Okay, there you go.
up next.
And let's see, 1, 2,
D5.
D5 for Vellum, please. Yeah, roll again.
No, it's right here, Jenner.
Oh.
First, it's counting open spaces.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Salian,
D4.
D4 please.
I am concerned that all of our tanks are as far away as possible from the squishies.
So that is like just what
1d4.
slash RD4.
Yep. Roll.
Slash
1d4.
R1 D4.
You can also do. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Does
slash
that-
R is the quickest way. He
And
knew
I
it. The squishies are going
think
to be way the fuck over there.
So, the drummer steps up to his place.
Grunkus with him.
And once again, and he does so. The drum echoes through the cavern, and the arena rearranges itself once again as what looks like 15-foot tall walls emerge from the ground, separating some of you from each other, as a maze forms within the Crucible.
Oh no.
Oh,
I swear to
good.
God, Janner, if you do displace race,
It's gonna be
I was
oh,
making
what if it's Shadow Fiends or some shit?
Should these be breaking line of sight?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
we're all
should.
15 feet up. Let's
Yeah,
just
because we
set
were up on the ledge a
behind
second ago.
the-
Yes, please lower yourselves to 0 feet.
I was made.
Lower
I
ourselves.
was made for this.
Prostrate yourself before the maze. So, question: are we in the is the maze up before we go in, or are we in before the maze goes up?
You are in before the maze goes up.
Okay, so we have a rough idea of where people are for the moment.
Yes.
So
As a
Jane.
result of us all being 15 feet up first, I have an imprint of the maze, so I'm cheating.
Same.
Then I can very easily reset the fuck of all.
Make a new maze. Oh god, everything
God,
is
that's
dark.
blackness.
It's darkness. All I see are certain people in the crowd.
Yeah.
And the money.
I
Oh boy.
And the money. The money's the
that's all I
important
need
part.
to see.
Eyes on the pays.
It's at that moment you see what looks like the obelisks above you flash with magic, and a wave of energy seems to shimmer overhead and is gone.
Oh, fuck you, Janner.
What?
Can't fly now, huh?
Anti-fly zone. So just clarify, it's are we sealed into the maze, or is it still like?
From what you saw, that same shimmer overhead, so it sort of mimics the shimmer
Oh, so it's
of the outer
transparent,
walls.
but we can't. It seems like it can't be passed through within.
Yeah,
Best-
Liska's gonna poke upward with her sword.
You see a very familiar looking ripple across the ceiling. Oh,
It's me element, boys.
what appears
Since
to be a
she's the-
ceiling.
Yeah. Fuck you, Janner. Anyway, so Liska will, since she's the only person that can probably touch the ceiling and figure that out, she's gonna, over the earrings, just be like, there is a magical roof to the maze, so we cannot climb upon it.
If you get lost, just go left.
It's at that moment,
Noted.
Vellum and Dejar, you both feel nearby some sort of rumble in the stone floor, the stone tiling.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna activate my sword ahead of time.
I'm going to stealth.
And you hear the grunting of some sort of creature.
Plus side, you can see Vellum coming around the corner.
Yeah, no.
Also, Jane, is stream view high enough so we can so they can actually see all of the arena?
No, they can only see stream view can only see the players right now in the maze.
Okay. Yeah, just just so it's zoomed out enough so that
Yeah, so
everything
they're
is
not
caught
getting the fog of
and
war
can-
treatment.
Yeah. Like, we,
Or rather, so that
like, none of
they
us,
see one person.
I would hope none of us are gonna watch the stream view, but it's just for viewers in the recording, you know?
Or if we want to go
You're-
back for nostalgia.
Nostalgia only.
Terrified
It's
right
you hear the voice of Zanzil ring out. Atel, Otel, and Kotal, the terrible trio.
If they're minotaurs, I'm gonna. There's a maze. It could be minotaurs.
I would like
think it's gonna
all of you to hang on. I'll actually add you all to the initiative here. So I can't select all of you at once because you're all behind the mazes.
Behind walls.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just get the order up. We can. I'm apparently flanking. What?
Oh, come the fuck on.
Or getting flanked.
Oh no.
You're worse
Well,
than I
you say
am.
come on, but I'm at the bottom of the order again. What the fuck, game? I mean, you know what? If that's a trade-off for
Let's see
getting crits,
who's not
I'm okay.
here.
Oh yeah, Grunk is
You're all there.
Wait,
okay.
why did the double roll? Oh, never mind. It was the same roll anyway.
Consistency.
consistency indeed.
I'm at the bottom again.
Finally, go a good initiative roll. For once.
Oh no, I don't like the looks of those. Oh, they're dinosaurs.
Of course
Jurassic
they're gonna
Park.
be dinosaurs.
Yeah, I feel silly for saying that.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
already know. I have an idea who it might be. I was feeling in my bones.
Displacer dinosaurs.
Displacer ass.
Displacer raptors.
Grunker, you're up first. What are you doing?
Okay.
Hello? I can see someone over there. Just like home. Okay, so Grunka is going to walk here. He's gonna go, Okay.
You
I
see
know it's Nick.
Dejar across the way here.
Hello.
He waves silently, trying to stay quiet as possible.
Hello, Dichar. Hello, I found you.
Hello, snake
Yes.
person over there, exactly.
I was ready in action, so that if anything sneaks up on me, I will attack it.
All right,
Alright, Gorko.
is that your turn?
Anything.
Even Dushar.
Don't surprise me, I'm scared.
Yeah, I must ask, Jenner, am I supposed to be flanking? Because that status is still on.
You might want to just kind of target yourself. That might be a leftover from the previous fight.
Flanking, there we go. You can apparently right-click the buff to get rid of it.
You right-clicking it, got rid of it for me.
Oh, because we were flanking.
You see, emerging around the corner, Dejar, what looks like a creature emerges into view. It looks like a smaller Tyrannosaurus Rex, but the brow ridges are very pronounced and it looks sort of narrower, more streamlined. And it focuses its gaze upon you and surges
Great.
forward.
This is how I died today.
And I forgot to take out the difficult terrain. My bad. That
You
might help.
did, I was gonna ask that. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it felt weird.
Okay, there we
So I
go.
was like, that's not 55 feet of movement.
And it's going to do... What's this multi-attack? I've forgotten. Let me check. 2 attacks.
Yep, disadvantage.
Because of your Displacer Cloak.
Exactly.
First, it's going to kind of slam its head into you.
Ooh.
It's going to fail like a bitch.
Casting shield.
Alright, nice. The head kind of slams off of the side of the shield. And it's going to make it's going to go in for a bite attack.
What the fuck? I'm still shielded, so I'm not gonna do it. Oh my god. Yeah, no. We're gonna threat fate that. What the fuck?
Okay. We'll re-roll that attack then.
How? what the hell, man?
Let's
Why does
undo
the
the
attack
damage.
a normal attack and not disadvantage? Because the first
Yeah.
one dealt damage and it knocked off the.
Yep.
Oh right, yeah, because
Yeah.
it took off the cloak effect because it technically hit, but the shield stopped it from hitting. Is that what happened?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, when I did
Oh, that
5,
attack
it
should
got
have been
20.
disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's roll that again. Okay, 26.
Okay, well, you know what? I tried.
So I'll apply the first lot of damage.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, whatever. Shit.
That was I presume that was because it should have had disadvantage. But do you still want to use your thread of fate?
I do. Just, what the fuck? I'm at 15. What the hell?
Hey man, you can.
They're dangerous.
I'm doing the threat thing. You just do it for me.
Don't forget to use your thread of fate resolve so you can keep track of it.
Yeah.
I gotta remind myself to do that because I would forget otherwise.
Okay. So you had maximum health when you started, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So
No.
what?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
So let's heal you back to full. And roll one more time.
Okay.
20.
God damn.
I'm
This
still-
dude needs to
I'm
calm
still-
down.
Yeah, that meets with the shield, so yeah.
Okay, so 21 points of piercing damage against you, Dejar. The shield deflects this kind of slamming headbutt. However, the bite attack pierces straight through the shield, lands against your shoulder.
Right.
You hear Gronka kind of around the northern corner, and a second creature emerges. This one is coloured this deep hazel brown colour, but this triggers your held action.
Why did you...
Thought it was just like, oh, it's alright, oh wait, you're not okay.
Wait, the Shard does not make noise when she walks. She slithers.
Dijar doesn't have that many teeth. Oh no.
So 2 attacks. One is going to be a slam
No,
against you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Against me.
18, that misses.
It does.
22, I believe that would hit.
If not, if I use my shield.
There you go. You deflect the bite attack with your bullet scale buckler. As you hear yelling from elsewhere within the maze, Liska.
Yeah, this guy's just going to do some moving. Oh, well, fuck it. Okay. I guess she's going to dash. I don't see why she wouldn't. Let's see. Moves. Oh. She wouldn't have moved that far because she saw someone or something. Yeah, okay.
You see
Fuck.
the telltale sign of Selyun's small turret.
It's about 60. Okay.
That's actually a genius idea, just send the turret out to scale.
And I think that's all Liska can do as of this moment.
Alright.
Just dash and stuff, so that's end for a turn.
Alright, Angus, what you doing? Well, actually, at the end of your turn, Liska, Atl is going to make another bite attack against Jar.
Their
Oh, no.
legendary dino.
Oh, fuck.
Legendary bites.
One each.
Somebody please save Snack.
I'm going to fucking shield this.
You already have
You already
shield.
have shield up. So
You already have shield
Alright,
up.
shield. So that wouldn't hit technically.
Alright, so I'll take off that damage. Angus.
So
I have
wait,
mage armor.
She already had shield up.
Yeah, she used shield as a reaction earlier on, and it lasts the entire turn until her turn.
Alright. I can't see. I don't know what's going on.
You just hear, you just hear the yelling of Gronka somewhere in the maze.
All I know is I remember somewhere over here. Because we came in, then the walls went up.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna head towards the squishies. I can't go there. I go there.
Remember Velem's advice: if you get lost, go left.
Nope. I know where I'm going. I'm a dwarf.
Very true.
Jenner,
Yes.
I have a very vague idea seeing some of the walls go up, but I've lost everything and I don't really remember. I just sort of remember where people were. I would like to do something.
Sure.
I'm a dwarf that has spent years in the mine, navigating, mining maze tunnels and bullshit like this. Is there any role that I could do to perhaps recall the shape of the walls as they raised, or sort of understand these corridors and sort of use my wisdom to say, okay, there's only so many shapes that these can actually go. What would be the maze path? And just call upon that experience?
I will say this would probably be I'll say survival check with advantage for you.
Wonderful.
25.
Let's make that 22. No, I'll guidance on that. I don't have an action to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so 25.
So you want to recall the maze layout.
I'm trying to recall the maze layout, keying off of seeing the walls start to rise, generally where people were, so I know there has to be a path to that, and sort of just already I can see this fork here dead in there. I can start to see where things would be.
Okay, so
I'm trying to piece information, and I can see that fucker down there.
I have an idea.
Oh, hey, what's up?
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a screenshot of the map and send it to you.
Hey, that works awesome!
With a 25, that'll get you, yeah.
That works great.
Yep, that's what you get with the 25.
Fantastic. What do I have to do to just start turning on the light of my armor? Is that something I can do just speaking the command word?
It's basically you can cast light from your armor. It's like a.
Is it an action to activate? I'm not sure how that works.
Light. It depends on what light needs. If light is an action, then it uses an action to cast.
It's essentially a free cast of the spell.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Then instead, with my object interaction, I'm going to get my chalk, and as I'm going forward, I'm going to start scribbling a little bit as I go.
Alright then. Is that your turn?
This is my turn.
So Ian, what you doing?
Well, ironically enough, Sao had her back turned to the way Liska went. Although I did see her, Sao is more focused on, well...
Grunker, Kotal is going to use his legendary action to make a bite attack against you, but misses.
What a dick.
I'm going to carefully just look around.
Make a perception check with your hearing, I will say.
Cool. So you want to take my passive of 24?
That's with your sight.
Oh, right.
This would be a normal perception check. Normal perception check without the advantage, because you're relying on hearing.
Hold on, actually. Is that item actually active on me?
I think it is, yes.
Oh, yeah. So... That's just... Oh, my sheet's fucking slow.
That's why we got the user HUD, token HUD. The 10 plus 9, so 19. Not bad. With the 19, you can definitely hear the familiar yelling of Grunker coming from this direction, as well as some grunts and pained yelps of Dejar.
Oh boy.
Save the snack. Save the world.
Just gonna move my turret into my spot for the time being. Oh. I can see him, and I'm gonna blast him.
Alright, give him a blast.
Anyway, so we stop blasting.
From Sao, that'll be...
Oh,
Get wrecked.
Oh, nice.
And
money for
God
Sal.
damn.
Oh,
from the first ballista...
this miniature explosion from this end of the from this end of the maze, sending kind of shudders throughout the entirety of the arena.
You can see like the roof of the fucking shielding they have just turns like a blooming red.
Yeah. The entire crowd sort of erupts in cheers.
Well, I see Sal found him.
They can't even roll high enough as my damage.
We've been very lucky we haven't crit failed a lot. That's the only
Yes.
the big saving grace here. Knock on wood.
Though I will say the pot is almost looking full.
I'm gonna break that pot.
All right, is that your
Uh,
turn?
Have to bring
Yeah,
out a second pot.
That is my turn. I probably have the attention of that dinosaur.
Nope, you skipped the jar.
Oh dear, I did.
Yeah,
Sure.
I hit end turn on my end.
Okay. What's my race circular? I'm gonna just pass through this motherfucker.
All right.
End up right about and he end up right here
Okay.
and turn around if I can real quick. I'm gonna send a lightning blast right through his fucking face.
All right, go ahead.
He's back.
I would probably say you should be mindful of what you're casting and where.
I know.
We're in very confined spaces.
It'll be fun.
And if you're never gonna cast lightning bolt in a hallway, when are you gonna cast it?
I mean, yeah, but I'm more so referring to the fact of hitting people.
Oh.
Like that.
All right. Okay, it's going to use single legendary resistance. to succeed against that half that damage.
Alright. First one. I moved. Yeah.
How many like fights did they say that we have? Was it 5?
This
or?
is your third fight of 4, so one more after this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can feel down to.
Okay.
Yep. All I can do.
As this lightning blast surges through this end of the corridor, this blinding blue flash, which kind of causes the arena to shudder.
I was just blinking slightly.
I'm about to see a dinosaur around the corner, aren't I?
Nope. Oh, maybe you are.
Yeah, I was one of the people who heard something initially, so I was like, Everyone else has run into 2 other dinosaurs.
This kid just saw the dinosaur run past her.
You do recall Madame Zanzil said that they were fairly intelligent. For dinosaurs, at least. Let's see. Vellum, your turn. What you doing?
Oh, sneaky boys. Right. Well, I know there's nothing in that corner. As fun as while the completionist in me wants to map out the map, I'm gonna just keep walking. I do, however, have an idea.
Yes.
As part of my movement, I'm going to use a free object interaction to pull out the 20 feet of chain and sort of like keep it coiled in my hand.
Okay.
What the
Oh, you fucker!
Sorry, it's great, but I saw a little bit of a line. I was like, aha, it's just gonna be a single line, and I'll follow it. And it's just a whole fucking map. Oh, the detail, I love it. Okay. So I'm there.
It's like linking stuff on the chalkboard.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to head down. Don't go left. Go right. I see the rest of the squiggles. Okay, so I said don't go back. Think. Sorry, I'm just interpreting.
Oh, hello!
Oh. What? I don't see you, so I presume you see my light.
Yeah,
Where did that sound come from? Alrighty, well.
Yeah, you just passed Angus.
Oh, okay, well. I'm gonna dash.
Hello!
Nope. What?
There's many of them.
Corners.
Corners are being
Yeah,
stupid.
you can't cut corners across walls.
Yeah, it's dumb. Found
I mean, it's not really. It's like
You gotta go around it.
Yeah.
it's like yeah, I'm sorry, you can't go through here.
Yeah.
Not Ghost.
You know?
Oh, we're halfway there.
Who's that motherfucker that realizes diagonal across the square is faster than traversing the right angle edge?
I'm trying to decipher your scribbles. They probably make sense, but I'm stupid. Okay, so there's a corridor there. We don't go up, so we want to go around and then left is what I'm gleaning from this. So
That's just the walkways. Arrows kind of show you which way you can point and go to.
so you have an idea about where the hell we're going.
Oh, I know all of it.
Right, and lead on.
If you want to get to the lizard, you got to get your ass up. I would go. I'd actually go down.
All right,
I go that way.
and that's all my movement.
All right. Grunker.
Yes.
Kind of hoping to get jumped by a lizard. I'll be honest. I didn't want to spend 3 turns running to combat.
Don't worry, I saw one over there. You will.
This kid points this direction because she's just like points one with that way.
What you doing, Grunka? You're gonna rage. Are you going to explode as well, or?
My man's gonna shit his pants and scream.
That's That's like one of the day thing. I can't explode.
Well, you can do it as many times as you rage.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like whenever you rage, you can either choose to go into a frenzied rage or a primordial rage.
Oh, it just gave me the option to frenzy rage.
Yeah, it's not automated to have it pop up there, unfortunately.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna right now. I'm gonna just hit this. Hello. You can see. I'm just gonna hit this fucker.
Alright, give him a whack.
I'm gonna do this first.
I'm gonna turn you up as well. Very quiet.
Yeah, I'm probably just not talking very loudly. Let's see, where's my reckless attack? There we go. And stop talking, it's zooming around the map.
That's you need to turn that on.
Oh,
That hits. That also hits. Alright. Atl is gonna kind of match your pace. Is gonna kind of stalk around the side of you. Actually, what is their reach? Ah, right, okay. So 10 feet. Right, it's gonna once again kind of slam its head into you, trying to pin you up against the wall.
Right.
That one misses. Boom! Against the shield. Nope.
Get wrecked.
There's a you kind of notice through above the walls a few of the nobles seem to sort of look to this creature, kind of shake their head, pass a few coins. I think that's 2 attacks. Grunka, you see Kotal kind of sniff the air for a moment. You see his pupils go wide. Seems to just bypass you entirely.
Oh no.
bitch!
Oh, fuck.
I think Snack's about to get double teamed.
Diggity.
And because the the 29, the natural 20, nice.
Yeah, sniff past this bitch.
Just fucking clotheslining with the axe.
It's
Probably shovel
the
bit of his pain.
Kotal kind of careens around the corner, sends a bite out towards the jar, and actually because of pack tactics,
Oh, shit.
there's advantage on it.
Pack tactics, my dude.
We'll actually undo that damage. See if it does roll in that 20.
Why? It doesn't get it. The cloak came back into being.
So it'd be a normal roll then.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, now it's
Please
gone
don't
again.
kill me.
Thank you for reminding me. And after that, after being struck in the leg by Grunka, it's gonna turn around, make a headbutt. But because of your reckless attack, gives it advantage against you. You
Sure
get
does.
23 points of bludgeoning damage. That's hard because you're raging. To 11.
Damn.
I think that's going to be it, both of their turns. So Liska, what you doing?
Do they have reach, by the way?
Yes, 10 feet reach.
Oh, okay.
Very, very pouncy boys.
They got hops.
How do you waypoint movement again?
You drag, hit space, drag, hit space.
I think you can
That
also.
was weird. It wasn't working for me. Okay. She saw Sal go somewhere. Since I can't see, that's the, I guess she'll dash uno mas times. Oh, hey Sal. Tail. She's, and yeah, she's gonna come up behind Sal. Oh damn. Yeah, she's gonna be like, oh, big and over the ears, like, there's two of them right here. And
I know. I am pinned.
she's not for
Like,
you.
I fucking know.
Jesus Christ. They just be like, not for you, idiot. I'm talking about the other people.
Oh.
Then is there anything that Liska could do as a bonus action? She can see, technically see both of them. Okay. For right now, no, that's all that she's going.
Just realised I've gotta add some more capacity to the bag.
Damn straight you do.
It is in the crystal.
All right, Angus, what you doing?
Alright, so pretty much we're gonna want to go round this way. And if I got it right, yeah, we'll go and hit. What do I have the fucking. Oh, and it just sent me back to the join screen.
Oh dear.
Oh man, disconnected.
Yep. I think
Pretty strong idea.
I've disconnected. But let's see. At the end of Liska's turn,
I do have a question.
yes.
Like, so Liska, I mean, she can see the dinos. She can't see that, but she's gonna see Sal and be like, Sal, what are the others? Do you know?
So I would point out that she thinks Grunka is somewhere here, and she could hear the shore, but she's not sure where, besides the fact that it's somewhere in the upper section, because a lightning literally flew past.
Okay. So that accounts for the entire party. Jesus.
Janner, stop it.
So that accounts for the entire party. So Liska's be like, everyone else is over here, follow me.
Okay. There's the last of my movement.
Uh,
There you go.
Dejar,
Stop bullying this neck.
Dejar, do you have Thread of Fate or anything?
Inspiration?
I do have inspiration.
That's a self thing, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, you can't. Which sucks ass.
Only thing I have. Fuck, man.
Are you down?
No, I'm barely hanging on by threads. Literally.
Yeah, you're going to want to chug a fucking potion or whatever you need to do to live.
I mean, they still have legendary actions. Let's just hope it works.
Well, let's hope they don't use them. And if they do, there's friends nearby, so...
Oh shite, it's right there!
Yeah, it looks like Kotal is very preoccupied with the Grunk after being swapped, just kind of swapped in the leg with that 20. In fact, I'm just gonna
Well, it's Angus' turn.
22. Yeah,
Good.
Kotal looks like it's after Grunker, but Angus.
Awesome. It's within range. I see Kotal here. I am going to point at it so Film can see me and see the general direction that I'm pointing. And he's going to point with his hammer and, gong upon the shield and point it forward as, again, the Russia's spectral weapons and ghosts come out as he's going to toll dead.
Alright, nice.
Oh.
Does it have a legendary save it wishes to use?
Not yet.
Okay.
I mean, no, definitely it doesn't. It has none whatsoever.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't exist.
What are you talking about?
What raptors?
It's fine.
Alright, Angus. Is you have your action?
I did my action there.
Mm-hmm.
Told the dead. I moved to get up to here.
Okay.
Object interaction. As he moves, he's gonna continue to drag his chalk on the ground as he got up to here.
Alright. So you.
That's gonna be it. Combat tracker. Oh, you did it for me.
Actually, Kotal's gonna make a bite attack against you, Grunker.
You're gonna say Dejar again.
Seems very fixated on Grunker here. Because he's the one who.
with a crit.
Oh yeah.
Smart or not, you'd be pissed.
There you go. Did you get that back after the reaction? Because it takes your reaction to do so.
Oh yeah, it is a
You're
reaction.
just-
Yeah, ignore
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, ignore that.
So 14
Forgot
points of
the
piercing
reaction.
damage, halves to 6.
So,
Right,
seven,
so-
seven
Up to
damage, not six.
7.
right, my bad. So 7.
First grade math, Junior.
Sagan, what you doing?
Thou is gonna get the fuck away from the direction that the mama train is currently going.
Choo choo,
gonna
motherfucker.
Step out here and... Well,
Kara is bleeding profusely.
yeah, I'm gonna get you the fuck away from there.
Please.
Fuck, I'm burning through my spells rapidly.
Now's the time to do it.
I mean, saving a snack is a good time to use them. Just gotta be careful and sparing.
We're
for the
saving an
long
ally because if you go down, you're out for the rest of the competition.
Here.
run. And plus, next round is the last round, so we'll just dump literally all our resources into it.
I will, yeah. So 12, yeah. You
Choose to fail,
good day,
like-
sir.
Yeah.
Move me anywhere away from here.
I'm basically gonna put you up against the wall next to Liska.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh dear. Ha, you got it.
And
Oh, hello.
then,
Hi.
since I can bonus action this,
Ducky DC.
Oh no.
This is a bonus
Well-
action.
Well, I will.
Hello.
For ducking, say it gets pushed 5 feet away.
Yep. So
at the moment I said yeet.
it's
Oh, wait.
it up against its partner, and they both kind of snap at each other angrily as Atle tries to snap at the air where Dejar was.
And
Actually, because they're kind of in each other's spaces right now, they can't really be moved anywhere right now.
You can be forced into another creature space.
Can you?
You just can't.
You can't
You can't willingly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So, boom, up against Atle.
and I can't really do anything else, but Sao is going to raise her shield as she is more than likely gonna brace for impact with the fact that she's got the attention now.
Oh yeah. Okay, Deja.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking move behind Aliska, like, boy.
Good call.
Like, and I'm gonna chug a potion. Yep. That's better. Nothing. You know what?
Nice.
I would definitely stealth around this corner because I'm not gonna.
Okay, you wanna try hiding? Okay, roll me a stealth check. You've just broken line of sight. 8.
You can move quietly, but I guess if you're in sight,
Wait.
the moment it
Hold
sees you,
Hold on. There's something else.
Yeah, unless you hit behind.
unless you can,
Yeah, she's hidden behind something.
yeah.
There's one other thing. Is looking at the circular.
Oh yeah.
You have advantage on stealth checks.
Is it in shadow or being obscured?
I can't tell
Because
with this map.
this is bright light.
Okay, then never mind then. Yep. So it's what it
Well,
is.
you're out of harm's way and healed up a bit. That's the important.
Yep. I'm trying to survive, and that's probably. You know what? I'm gonna move a little further, just one down,
Okay.
and then in return here.
Alrighty. So
Oh boy. Time for Ottle.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Oh, hi, a friend.
Oh no!
as careening around the corner is a large sort of deep gunmetal blue and bright blood red orange two-legged dinosaur, very similar to the Snowjaw, but again sort of thinner in features, smaller, sleeker, faster.
I found a friend. Oh, is that his entire turn? Oh, you are in trouble.
Yep, had to dash to get there.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
Okay, so Jenner.
Yes.
I am going to go ahead and try and climb on. I have chain in hand and ready to go.
Okay, so your head will be, from what Liska said, your head will probably be scraping some sort of barrier. But sure. I would probably say this would be a
Athletics?
grapple check, yeah.
Animal handling?
Animal handling probably to stay on.
Oh yeah, because
athletics is like
you're
I'm trying to climb onto something that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Yeah, you would technically like be initiating a grapple, I think.
Mhm.
21.
Alright, 21. I've forgotten what
Athletics or acrobatics?
yeah, athletics, acrobatics. We'll go athletics here. Nope.
Yeah!
11. You actually, I will assign this as a mount as well.
Taking a page from Bliska's book.
Dino Riders.
Kick it, epic 90s guitar solo.
And hey, it's spectacle.
That's true. For however long you can stay on there.
However
Indeed.
long I can stay on. This is one of the reasons
dumb
like
idea, Janner.
the strength gloves are tuned.
I have a dumb idea, Janner.
Yes.
It's not your
The
turn.
bonus increase for this display of showmanship, would it increase for each round he remains on?
That might be a bit much. We're already getting way more than we should.
I think that was a dumb idea.
I will consider it. Your idea has served as inspiration, we'll say. Let's see. Is that going to be your turn, Velen?
Well, that was my action, so.
Yeah, you have your action. You have a bonus action. You can't move right now unless you want to.
I mean,
dismount.
I wouldn't want to anyway. I was kind of going to go looking for him, honestly.
Yeah, and considering you're not a cavalier, that would already be like half your movement to get on.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't really do it. I wanted to loop chain around into its mouth like a fucking bit, but I don't think I can do that with a bonus.
I
so-
mean, I will consider that part of the grapple check.
Oh, sweet.
But
And I got everything I want to this turn.
it's all about how well you can kind of keep on its back. All right, Gronka.
Get back here. Hello, everybody. Bye bye.
This kid just sees a flash of Grunka. Just like, oh, there he is.
This tiny, angry little rock darts past.
I am very angry. I am very angry indeed. Reckless attack.
Oh. Slash, slash, slash.
If only I was a warlock.
Nice. Two massive attacks to the back of its leg. So you see it kind of partly crumple, trying to find its footing again. Let's see. Attel is going to try and make its way around. However,
Make my way already.
that would provoke from Liska.
Hello! It is a fancy meeting you here in this hallway.
And he does not move.
He actually stops running. Actually, wait. He actually, because I have reach, he stops back here.
This growl of frustration from Attel as he careens down towards you, Liska, and kind of gets low, sees this large prey before him. And you see, as he's running, he's starting to get lower to the ground, as if he's about to pounce. But you, with your glaive, sort of reach out, kind of stab it through the left side of the chest in what you can imagine to be a shoulder on such a creature. And kind of growls out towards you. And you're too far away. Because he doesn't have 15 feet of reach.
Yes.
So
God, imagine having 15 foot of reach.
he can't do much there. However, Ottel is going to try kind of reach the head back towards you, Velen. He's going to try and bite your hand. I'll probably say with disadvantage here because it's such a weird, awkward angle.
It's a weird angle, and there's chains in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh. Shields up.
Well, it wouldn't hit anyway. So, Kotel.
Yeehaw,
It's going
sucks.
to try to run away from you.
Bitch. Fuck you.
Provoking from you, Grunker.
You sure am.
With a 10. Yep, 10 points of slashing damage. You clip him in the leg as he runs off.
Stop running!
And you see coming around the corner, Angus, a large dinosaur.
Oh, now there's two of them.
Actually, can you hit around corners?
You just
Yeah,
might
but
have to
it's-
make a check to see where it's coming from. Sounds weird.
I can see multiple of his squares.
Yep. And he can see you as he kind of comes around the corner, almost out of instinct.
He may have cover or something like that.
Yep, half
Oh, no,
cover,
perfect.
half cover from the half angle there.
No. Just bats it away. Uses the blunt side of his shield. Punishes him. Smacks him across the face into the corner of the wall.
Crack against the side of the wall, roars out in pain. This guy.
Well, there's a guy right here, and I'm just gonna attack him.
He's in need whacking.
I mean, this is where Liska shines.
Yep. Let's see. Do I want to? Because that is.
How can I just ruin this creature's day?
Very
Yep.
easy.
You know what is hilarious? Liska's gonna close distance, and then she's going to. I am targeting you, dick. Shut the fuck up.
God, the amount of blood. Oh,
And most of that is just us.
So he's prone, and then
Yep.
Liska's gonna step back.
The dick is moving.
you dick.
Oh,
And he
It provokes. He gets to
can't-
attack with disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay, let's make a bite attack.
Oh, nice.
But, I'd have to roll that
Is-
again.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna make him re-roll it.
You arsehole.
Do it. Yes.
the favor bar is a cruel and fickle mistress.
Hang on. Why did I? Oh,
Why did I get hit?
Why is there suddenly a lot of targeting in circles around
Yeah,
us?
because you targeted and that kind of forced me to target you.
Oh, sorry, I was doing it ahead of time in case I needed to focus the dinosaur
Yeah,
frame.
let's try that.
No, that might have been me because I put down a template to try and measure something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then that forced me as the DM to target you, because it's auto targeting.
That was still a 30 that hit somebody though.
yeah.
So, re-roll.
Reroll that. Okay, let's undo that damage. And then
Wait, who was that going for?
this guy.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Get fucked.
Truly
God damn
balanced, this whole thing should be.
Yeah.
Run the gamut.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come up, just smash him down with the shield, casually walk back out of range, and then she's just gonna.
Just make
Oh,
me.
yeah?
Just go ahead and make me a. I'll just say performance check.
Okay.
I'll say I'll give you with advantage. This is a performance of a martial prowess. 15.
There you go.
Not
That's
bad.
perception. Why is it perception? No, that's
It happens more
That-
often than not.
that is actually a 9 because I
Oh,
get a -1 on performance.
Well, shit.
She gets the job done, she doesn't have to be flashy about it.
Yeah, so many of the nobles don't seem to be noticing this. They seem more focused on something else in the maze right now.
Sorry, I'm stealing the thunder.
No, that's fine. And then Liska's just gonna attack. He's gonna
Okay.
attack a lot.
Jesus Christ.
Just making this does regret everything.
Hilarious. There's a 1 modifier difference between us because I crit on 30.
That's 2. Oh, there's the 30.
Oh, shame you're not a champion.
And 3.
Nice.
And you know what? It's actually Surge.
Okay.
Do it.
Let's see you crit one more time, please, just for the crowd.
4,
You can crit.
5. Oh, nope.
Nope.
Oh,
Still.
shit. Action surge didn't refresh.
Jesus Christ.
You didn't take a short rest. Alright,
I hit the button for it.
and that, I think, is gonna be Liska's turn.
Okay. Oh, good lord.
Good turn. Quick question, Jano, sorry. Am
Do
I
you want me to put on the target, the mark again?
Oh, that's... Good for you.
Am I good to refresh my short rest stuff because it didn't do it automatically?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, why did Sunblade attack? What? Oh, I typed 1 to put 1 in, and then yeah, take that health off, Jenner. Sorry.
Okay, so Angus. Actually, at the end of Liska's turn, Kotel is going to make another bite attack against you. Angus. Nope.
Fucking really?
What you gonna do in response?
Oh boy. Alright then. Question. Angus is gonna call in the earring. Vellum, you still in the back of that thing?
Yeah, and I plan on staying there.
Alright. That one's for you. Yeah, he'll say this out loud and yell it. That one's for you, this one's for me.
Yes.
Not a problem. I'm
Yes.
the man who mounted more attacks.
Wording.
He
And
doesn't
with that-
realize. You know Velen.
Angus is gonna take the hand that's wrapped on the shield. He's gonna reach into a pouch, and he is going to pull out a clump of clay, and he's gonna bam once, twice into it with his hammer, and make a large pillar.
Oh.
And then he's going to slam that pillar onto the ground between him and Coatl here.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Stone Shade.
Oh, see, you're making an impromptu section of 5 by 5 foot wall.
I am creating a stalagmite that I want to pull up from the ground and uppercut this thing in the jaw.
Okay. Just make me a melee spell attack.
Of course. Is there a quick?
I think you'll have to do.
I can't remember.
I think you have to do it manually, unfortunately. This is an improv use of. It's a creative use of the spell.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out melee spell attack. Oh, I know it. I'm just gonna do a fucking inflict wounds on it, and
Okay.
just ignore the damage on it.
It is spell.
All right. So yeah, 29. That would hit. I will say. We'll have it roll like 5d8. 5d8. Yeah, it's a similar sort of range of level spell. Yeah.
Or single target spell.
Nice.
So 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And there is a 5-foot pillar there now.
Nice. Okay.
So get your shit blocked.
So I don't have it there. I can't actually put like a wall down, but we'll say theatre of
I
the
drew a
mind.
square.
Okay, nice. So he cannot pass through there without squeezing and double movement.
Fantastic. In fact, would that pillar temporarily block sight? Or the ability to hit, really? Because it's 5-foot cube.
Yeah, that certainly would.
Then I'm freely gonna step 5 feet this way. I'm going to be able to see Vellum. I am going to give him a bonus.
Nice.
And then I am going to...
So that's for saving throws, isn't it?
I think it's skills and saving throws. Let me double check.
Yeah. Because I did say animal handling checks.
I thought it was skills and saving throws. Let me check right now.
Best to double check.
Yes. Because I thought it functioned like a bless in that way. It's only to saving throws.
Yeah.
Sadly, you can't guidance me because that's an action. I appreciate the other thought though.
Hey, well, there you go. If you need to save for any fucking reason, there you go.
Okay.
You're good. And with that, he's going to use the rest of his movement, which would be all 25. And he's going to stand next to his pillar, and he's going to block this guy in.
Nice. Okay.
Liska's like, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in
here with me. Okay. Selyun, what you doing?
Can I do it twice in a row? Firebolt.
Oh.
No,
Got cocky.
I got cocky.
I mean, if you have his bridge, you can re-roll it, but we do have one more fight after this.
Yep, he is considered prone, which gives you that disadvantage.
I mean, it was worth a shot. Worst we're doing is losing a little bit of money.
Yeah, I am just gonna move so I can start seeing a bit better. Up or down, up or down, up or down.
Are you saying that through the earring? Or are you shouting that out loud?
I'm thinking to myself.
Have I... Okay, question. Where did I hear her just shoot her gun from?
Round about here.
Yep.
So he heard that. He knows that's Selyun's gun. If that's the case, if it's there, he's gonna say, up and around! Don't come this way!
I fucking go next to Grunka.
That's a good idea. Something other than you to get hit.
And then I'm gonna keep going. At least to here.
Alright
I
then.
don't see anything, so...
Okay, Dejan, what you doing?
I'm gonna drink another another potion because, oh boy. Okay. And this
Got the amount
is
of
taking its
blood
time.
in the maze here.
Again, it's mostly Dejar's.
That's gonna be unfortunate. That's minimum. Oh boy. It is what it is.
Actually, I think just for clarity's sake, I'm gonna clear out all the blood.
Let the maze flood with blood.
Yes.
I'm gonna come over here behind this thing. Do this thing. I'm gonna use a magic missile.
Okay.
Target first. At 4th level.
Nice.
And afterwards, I'm gonna move back. Back over here.
Why are we
So-
doing the magic missile damage? Nice.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
You do
Let's see. Otto is going to try and just start running and sort of shake you off. Make an animal handling check, please.
Oh boy, here we go. Hit! Oh!
Oh,
Yeehaw!
Lu-
Chuckle!
like a natural. The brief time you've seen Tlali sort of ride her raptor, you kind of figured, you know what? That doesn't look so difficult after all. And
This is easy.
Otto just begins sprinting through the maze. And like
I've been on top of something 3 times as big as you.
like a natural.
Everyone kind of pauses. Like, what?
And that's exactly what happens. The room sort of
Well, I'll be back, guys.
the room kind of goes quiet for a moment. Kind of you see a few nobles as you're running through the arena kind of look to each other and sort of look very enthusiastically towards this display. A number of them break out in cheers across the room. A few of the noblemen stand. You see one particularly ornately dressed looking Tohojan warrior, presumably some sort of raptor rider, seems to smile towards you and nod to his companion and chucks a few gold over to a bookkeeper.
Like, look at the amateur go.
A few. Jesus Christ. Look at all those 10s. Holy shit.
Hey, apparently Vellum was just made to be an arena fighter.
Yeah.
Apparently,
10 dice. 6. 6.
In fact,
Full
You make
tanks.
me bang.
in fact, because of that 22, I'll say he doesn't even attack you. He's just trying to shake you off by any means.
Alrighty, so this is how this is gonna go.
Yes.
Vellum knows these things are, or rather he has heard that they are intelligent. But they're beasts, but they're intelligent, so they know how to recognize a threat. So Vellum's gonna just sort of yank back on the chain to like pull the head back a bit, and then since their eyes are like on the sort of sides of it, he's gonna look in one of his eyes while his sunblade points at the other, and just say in a very imposing tone as he can manage. Behave. I'm in charge.
Ooh.
And I would like to intimidate it into doing what I say.
Go right ahead.
And I'm going to use my inspiration to get advantage. Which I believe is
Alright.
something I can do.
Yep.
Do it before the fact to get advantage? Okay.
Yep.
That's how it's usually used. Like normally.
Well, I usually use it for rerolls, so it's very rare I use it for
That's the odd
preemptively.
one. That's the odd one out.
17.
But you know what? It could have been a 3.
17. Otto kind of charges around a corner, kind of skids to a halt for a moment, just sort of growls at you.
Glowing beam, glowing blade of light inches from his eye. And that will probably be my action. I can't move because I'm on its back, and I have no viable bonus action.
Alright.
We're going to spend the entire combat doing this. Sorry, I'm not contributing.
It's fine.
Alright. Alright, so I'm going to slaughter this dinosaur. Yeah.
Non-lethally slaughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
non-lethally slaughter this dinosaur.
I'm not getting conscious.
Let's see.
You see it. You kind of come up behind it as it's kind of trying to gnash its teeth around the side of one of this newly formed sort of impromptu pillar.
I wasn't there before.
It doesn't seem to have
Yeah.
noticed your approach yet.
Yeah, well, notice this asshole.
That's right about where you hit him.
All right, make that knockout blow.
Alright, so I'm gonna because like this thing is pretty big, like it's pretty tall.
It's about 10 feet tall. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so Grunk is basically gonna he's gonna whack it, and in no, he's gonna take his axe and he's gonna pull it around its ankle and then pull so it falls over. And then and then he's gonna jump up on top of it and then just broadside it in the skull.
As you crack the flat edge of end of the blade into the head. The head falls unconscious. You
Yeah.
see the legs sort of twitch behind it.
Yeah, he's gonna stand on top of it and he's gonna raise his axe and just gonna
All right, make an intimidation check.
finally get to actually do something. Alright, it's intimidation. Let's see. Wait, where's it with advantage? I didn't roll that.
Because I think you're raging. Is that right?
Oh yeah, right. Strength based, right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yep. Your
Good, because otherwise it was 1.
your roar echoes through the chamber. The crowd cheers out loud. You hear the clinking of coins and the exchange of gold.
Yay, the weird little thing did something. Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Okay.
Fuck you, whatever your name is.
That's
Atul is
Shit
going
hole.
to stand up from prone
Hey, friends.
and is gonna run away. But that provokes from you, Liska.
It does.
So he's not going to run away, is what you're saying.
He's not gonna run away. No.
Imagine
Valiant effort.
standing up from prone, provoking, and getting knocked back prone.
That's
Only
like
you
The
could,
attempt have tried.
You kind of try to sweep its legs out from under him. It stumbles.
I really no damage.
It stumbles and just kind of gnashes its teeth at you as it is unable to go anywhere and cannot hit anything.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm bad for it.
Yeah, Liska's gonna keep attacking.
Just ruin its day.
Yep. At least it's not an advantage, because I feel bad about that. It's just gonna be normal.
It looks like it looks heavily injured. It looks like it's bleeding from a lot of the slash marks.
All right. Yeah, this guy's just gonna. That's your turn. That's what you do.
I know we're doing like non-lethal beatdowns, but my god,
That doesn't mean it's painless.
these fuckers are taking a beating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be cuts and bruises and maybe even a couple broken bones, but they'll be alive by the end.
So, where did that terrible yell just come from?
Jenner.
Me. The frustrated yells of a DM.
You got is
okay.
like, okay, I'm gonna use pack tactics on them. They'll take a while to find each other. Oh, Liska's beating the shit out of one. Okay, don't worry, I have a third one coming in. Wait, Vellum rode it off in the opposite direction. Shit.
Where am I hearing a monster screech? Like, I know
That's
Vellum's
Jenner.
over there.
Literally
Yeah.
Jenner.
Okay. Yes.
Like the
Alright.
person, not
I
the
imagine these things aren't silent either.
No. I'll say just
Trying to find Lisa.
make a. I'll say just go ahead and make me a perception check with your
Checks.
hearing.
Alright, let's get that nat 20.
9.
9s and 8s.
There's a lot of commotion coming on. You're hearing roars
Oh, the
and
reverb.
growls from the opposite ends of the arena.
Drunk is also literally. Drunk is,
reverb.
Oh yeah.
I know what to do!
Drunk is also literally right next to you, screaming.
Exactly.
The dwarven reflex is kicking in. Shut up, you'll cause a cave in. Oh wait, no.
I badly played the bagpipes in the reverb.
Are you fucking
Of the-
counter-songing the crowd?
Those of you that can see the crowds, and just hear the general din of the area, you start hearing this, just this awful din coming from somewhere in the arena. A couple of the nobles
Audible cunt.
seem to cringe at this.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
take away $55?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the entire pot just empties.
Oh,
Like people were about to put
him on
money
the
in and then they
thing
had
that
to
got knocked
over their
unconscious.
ears.
Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, okay. I'll buy it because I have
The
to.
dice
'cause
are a
I'm
fickle
dead now.
mistress.
It's okay. They don't appreciate fine arts.
Fine art.
In fairness, we
don't-
have just as much chance to lose money, but we've been spending our resources to prevent it, so it can't really go either way.
They don't appreciate fine traditional dwarven music.
They don't understand. Well, technically,
I mean, good attempt, but
I just wanted to BM on it. Just like, I know what I'll do. If the cavern is full of loud, annoying things, they're not going to be able to use audible perception to hunt anyone down.
That's fair enough.
Well, I mean, it technically serving its purpose.
Yeah,
There's a
te-
noise, it's just not
yeah,
a
yeah.
crowd pleasing.
Right, so what you doing?
What can I move?
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to get my happy ass. Oh, I see a snake. I see the snake here. So I'd have to. That's all. Oh yeah, that's it. Enter.
Okay. So you. Black Spice.
I was fucking muted.
Black Spice. Please change those prepared spells back to what they were.
Oh. And I didn't touch that. Damn.
I'm seeing it in the DMs.
Okay. Weird. My fingers just holding the mouse.
Are we meant to see that?
Backspace.
I didn't touch anything. What's going on? I'm not touching anything.
Hang on. I'm just gonna.
Oh, there they are. Just came through on mine. I wondered what everyone was talking about.
Let's see here. We'll check the sheet.
Meanwhile, Sarah's just slowly making her way around.
I'm eating, so I don't know what's going on.
Plus 15.
Oh, page unresponsive. Hang on.
Oh no. Bugs abound.
Crow.
No, I'm just gonna right here. What's going on?
End my turn here, basically. Fuck it, I'm gonna move again. I'm basically dashing.
So, what did you have before telekinesis on your 5th level spells?
It was supposed to be blood puppetry.
Okay, so please change it back to blood puppetry.
Okay. I'm refreshing myself.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of lag here as well.
I don't know what's going on here.
Alright. Yeah, Sao is basically slowly making her way through, and she ends up right behind Angus.
Oh, hello.
Hello. These Kandashar are up the other way around.
Oh, I see her right there.
Good. Where's Vellum?
Oh, he's somewhere about the east. Let's see. I think if you go southeast from here, that way you'll get to Liska. And I believe he's furthermore the other way, up and then down, up to the right.
That was just sort of...
Unless he went all the way up and went to the dead end, but I left a marker there, so I don't know why he'd do that. Oh, he's on the back of one of them things. Tied himself with chains, eh?
Sarah hears this, she just rolls her eyes in a manner that can basically only be described as, yeah, that sounds like Vellum. And she is gonna use the last 10 feet of her movement to go here. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Sayun. Dejah, what you doing?
Trying to see the information on blood puppetry. What the? Let me use hemorrhage on this guy.
Alright then.
You know what? No. Near death. And that's what it is then. It's dead. Shit. Yep.
Alright, magic missile.
Yeah. Did it go through?
Yeah, it's lagging a bit. I'm gonna refresh.
Okay.
I'm running alright, so I'm gonna refresh. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to come off as a gloat. I'm saying it's not a global thing, so it may help.
What's been going on with my sheet? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Working fine.
Did you hit like a wrong button looking for the collapsible or something?
I was just trying to read the spells, and for some reason I stopped touching it. It starts switching my spells. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Maybe it was because the spells are very up. Are those in close proximity to each other in the spell list?
It is, and I was just getting really frustrated. So
I think okay. I might know what it is. You might have accidentally clicked on the book icon on the side, which is the prepared and unprepared.
Yeah, that might be it. That might be it.
What happens if I right-click on prepare ceremony?
Let's find that out after the combat.
Yes. The magic missile has not rolled yet. The fuck?
Did you target something?
I did target it. I've been targeting it.
Try rolling again. Try rolling again.
My god, the dinosaur has no shield.
Okay.
Shield, our only weakness.
Definitely Herbert's only weakness. For now.
There we
go.
So 20 points of force damage. Nice. Impacts the side of Attl's face. Kind of reels from the impact. I mean, he's trying to flee, but Liska's keeping them there.
Okay, and now I'm gonna stand right here since the shield is not moved at all. So that'll be it.
Okay. Ottles go.
How does they react to my threat?
Make me another animal handling check.
Oh no.
This is a lower DC than previous.
Okay. I wasn't about to fish for any bonuses. I'm just looking for where it is. Because it's when the fuck would I ever use animal handling?
Yeah.
17.
Okay, that does pass.
+2, that's pretty major. I'm gonna fucking.
Ottl's gait seems to slow from like a sprint to a jog.
But he's not biting me, so that's.
However, he does see Angus, and you sense he's about to make a move on Angus. What do you do?
I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the chain and just sort of, again, in his peripheral, or even just like right in front of one of his eyes, the blade is gonna be there, and I'm gonna reinforce the threat from earlier as just a sort of, you know how you teach an animal, you punish an animal when they do bad things, and you reward them from when they're good. It's kind of like that. It's just like, I know he's about to do a bad thing. It's like, no.
So you're beating him preemptively.
Basically. Well, it's not beating, it's a threat. Alright, so...
It's like, no.
Another 17.
Okay. 17 is exactly what you needed. You see him, or rather you feel the muscles tense around his jaws. You find that Ottle seems to growl at Angus as he kind of stalks around the corner. You sense he's about to pounce, but as you kind of tug the chains and just glare at him in the eye, there's that sort of tense standoff between you, Ottle, and Angus.
No. You do what I say.
And, as funny as it would be to action surge, I have no reason to do it. Unless I can further try and get him under my sway, but I don't think that works like that. So, yeah, that's me done.
Okay. Grunka.
Oh no, a dinosaur captured Vellum.
The rage sounds.
Let's see. Well, this one's done.
You see Vellum kind of stalk around the corner on the back of Otto. What do you do?
He's gonna look at Olu, and he's gonna do that thing where like he points his own eyes on that, and then his eyes, and do like the thing with 2 fingers.
Watching you, boy.
Watching you.
Luckily, I think there's another dinosaur to whack somewhere.
Snarls.
Yeah, I'm
as you
trying to
pass.
find it. I don't know where it is.
That's the nature of a maze. Sorry, I would have loved for you to whack it, but that might have.
Okay.
Why
I
do you
appreciate
whack
your
your
movement.
rabbit?
I
think that's
appreciate
the
your restraint.
Yeah. I think that's a movement, and I can't find it anywhere. So I will activate these things again. And that will be my turn.
Okay.
Oh no, one damage. I don't know where this other dinosaur is, so I'm just gonna run around and try and find it.
I'm sure he'll find you soon enough.
I mean, isn't he with Liska somewhere?
That's a good way of putting it.
He's with Liska. By which you mean on the floor, next to Liska.
Yes.
15 feet away.
Attal is going
He's
to
vulnerable.
dodge, and he's going to try and run.
He doesn't learn this lesson.
He dodged, like a disadvantage.
Ah, fair enough.
So
Misses.
there you go. I rolled a 2.
Once in a blue moon.
Miska missing? What?
As he around the corner away from you.
Well,
However,
do-do-do.
It's just casually
Slow walk.
sauntering through the labyrinth after.
All right, back within range, and I'm going to protect you. Oh, yeah, he still does dodge last. I guess dodge lasts the entire
Yeah,
round.
it lasts for until its next turn. Which is why it's also a
but
good
for
way
now-
to get out of melee.
yeah, there you go.
And 3.
Make that knockout blow.
This is gonna he's gonna take the long way around. This is gonna take the 2 steps to the right, and they're gonna meet kind of like midway. And Liska's just gonna just sadly shake her head like no, and then she's just going to bang, just like with the flat of the blade on top of its head, and it just like as it's moving forward, just bites the ground and just skids to an unconscious halt.
And just skids to a halt, boom, up against the wall. And I'll remove that combatant.
This is an interesting stalemate we have here.
I guess
Like,
let's see, so
hitting
how
it
much-
would undo the work, but also I can't hit it. It can't hit it. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Let's do it, I think. Yeah, that's. She's gonna come up because she knows that people are walking around there, so she's gonna keep moving. But that's gonna be her turn.
All right, Angus. You see Vellum astride Otto, and it's like this tense moment, this tense Mexican standoff.
Yeah, you just saw like a brief moment of it, sort of like a little bit of a jolting movement, but Vellum reeling it in with the chains because they're just like wrapped around his wrist and grip. The rest is like in his teeth like a bit. And not Vellum's teeth, the dinosaurs. That'd be weird.
No, I understand. I have
I
a
think it's
thought.
awkward.
No. I'll this. I cooked food for us earlier. I don't have any like listed specific, you know.
Hey, you make
thing.
crab earlier.
So, like, can I take some of the like cooked crab meat that I have from that, and can I, you know, with this thing and try and like good cop, bad cop, reward this thing with food, get it like sniff this, put its head down at the end, you know, try and persuade this thing, calm it down a little bit.
Okay, make me an animal handling check, please.
That's a smart idea, because I had no means to do that without it trying to bite my face off. I kind of had to
I'm gonna
default.
go ahead and guidance myself firsthand on this. And I will absolutely fish for this. With Vellum being on top, already sort of like getting it to hesitate to fight, would it at all be possible to request advantage? Would you think that's something that might apply here?
You know what?
We're trying to act like the trainers. It's stopped fighting. Now it's eating. Showtime's done.
You know what? I'll allow it. Go ahead and roll with advantage. 23.
You want a +4?
Yes.
27? 27.
May I offer you a +4 in this trying time?
27. Otto kind of takes a momentary step forward, leans forward, sniffs that sort of still slightly wriggling crab,
There you go.
and then
There you go.
in a flash of
Does it have balls for me to hit?
It's all inside.
no, it's all
That's a good killer.
in a flash of movement, it lurches towards your hand, and you fear as though it might take it off. But you, at that right moment, you sort of let go of the crab into its jaws, take your hand back, unharmed, and you hear that kind
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, no.
that sickening of the chitinous shell of the crab.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Mmm. Chewy, crunchy. Soft, tender meat too. There's a good little beastie.
It sort of seems to lower its head.
He's gonna look to Vellum for a second. And he's gonna raise up his hands to the crab.
I think this might be an excellent display of how the fact that we can also non-combatively subdue someone.
Yep, it's a lot harder to tame something than to kill it.
The you watch as Zanzil behind you seems to whisper something to Varesh. Varesh kind of gives her a smug smile, nods her head. Zanzil stands up, raises her hands as the entire crowd begins to cheer out loud.
I presume that means it's sort of...
An amazing display of beast mastery by these foreigners. And with that, you all all but Vellum, who has to kind of remain.
Suddenly, there's a raptor in the stands.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of like the second it's noted that it seems like it's over, Vellum's gonna sort of point his sword upwards and increase the brightness to full until he needs to get off.
And with that, just
Vellum gets teleported to the beast pants.
with that, make one final performance check for this round.
And I don't like fishing for it, but can I argue advantage because of literally all of this luck?
I will. Yes. Go ahead.
I do not have proficiency in it, so.
And
Oh,
Positive feedback loops.
there you go.
hell yeah.
Cheers resonate throughout the crowds. The gold exchanges hands once more. You hear the doo-doo-doo of the massive drums. And the maze lowers into the ground, revealing Vellum astride one of these beasts.
Sword triumphantly
Oh, yeah.
pointed towards the heavens, blinding daylight.
Oh, that's where we were. Okay.
And once everyone's sort of teleporting down, Vellum puts 2 and 2 together. It's like, oh right. Gets off, sort of like carefully takes the chain out of the dinosaur's mouth, and then sort of gives it a pat on the flank.
Kind of gives you a tense growl as you notice a couple of pits kind of open up in the middle of the arena, and you can see
And more raptors come out. Sorry.
and you can see kind of getting lifted up are a pair of attendants, probably beastmasters who kind of work behind the scenes here, and they kind of give you a nod and sort of very with trepidation begin to lead Otto into the pit below, kind of having to drag the rest of the unconscious bodies of the other creatures with them.
I lack permission to dismount.
Oh.
It's like, you've started this. Now you have to finish.
Listen, man.
God,
Alright,
I had a
you should
nickel
know
for every
about
time
that.
I
Once you're
was
tangled
not
with the
allowed
red
to
pile,
dismount.
you don't unmount till it wants you to.
Like I think I'm done, and they're like, no, keep going.
We're done when I say we're done.
I just need 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. Can I get 5?
No.
Please.
Okay.
Alright then. Give me a rubber band.
Well, I can add that to the list. Riding a
Look! I still have all my fingers.
You might have all your fingers. I still losing some blood.
Yeah, we need.
Oh,
Go, Alsham. So, what happened to you?
Oh yeah, I should fix that.
Please
I
do.
got cornered.
How many hit dice
Sandwiches.
do
Want
you
me to make
have?
us some more snacks? Have a nice little breather. Please sit down.
Need to make some more potion.
How many hit dice do you have?
Let's see.
You can use up to
Okay.
6.
You got one last fight.
Yeah, just
Haven't-
use them if you got them, and if you need leftovers, I have things.
See, yeah, we have ways of healing you. So just use 6 hit die and heal up. See how far that gets
Okay.
you.
I was just looking at Vellum for a moment. You were really betting on that working.
Well, I mean,
Average.
either I could hit it, or I could get on its back where it can't bite me as easy, and then the rest just kind of happened.
You know what? At this point, you should take riding lessons from these guys. So if you're gonna try that again, at least you should be practiced.
You kind of hear a tiny whisper nearby, Vellum. You were a badass.
Uh-oh. Thanks, buddy. Did you enjoy watching from there?
Uh-huh. I saw everything. I saw you, Liska, you locked that thing down.
Oh
do
god,
that
she's
sometimes.
picking up our language.
That does indeed seem to be the case here.
Casual military
Oh, no.
terms from the 14-year-old.
You locked that down, and you destroyed its ass. What? I do not know what this means.
So get one more hit dice.
Yep, I'm almost there. Use 5. So
If we have time,
one
I
more.
can cook us something, and anybody who spends a hit die will get an extra D8 for free.
You have
Oh wait, shit! I didn't take any damage.
Sure,
Sorry,
'cause
Sean took all of our damage that fight.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I did.
Sorry, I would have gotten there if I could, but then dinosaur happened.
I mean, you guys have taken very little damage throughout all of this. You've been very careful and
Tactical.
using a lot of tactical. That's the word.
Angus will chime in. Well, I've saved most all my energy, minus a few wee things early on, and I have my heavy hitters left. I'm gonna go into this, and I'm gonna try something what the lads in the mines used to call a last-in-a-lifetime moment. Flashy, explosive, impressive, and dangerous. Sometimes stupid, often stupid.
That's just patting Angus on top of his head.
Well, can't be any stupider than the shit I do.
You'd be surprised. And he's going to begin taking out some sacks that he has. Some pretty dense sacks, so you would instantly recognize these as he starts twining them together.
What are you doing?
I'm making a bomb.
If you are just slithers back a bit, like the fuck?
Out of everybody here, at the mention of bombs, Sao seems the most calm.
She
She's
knows
just-
the correct distance.
It's not that. She's just looking at Angus like, now, really?
Well, I got 5 sacks here of, gunpowder. Each one's about to pound, and then I've got this pound of magnesium dust. Oh, that throws sparks everywhere. And then I
it's
have...
just- Angus,
Yes?
do you know the ratio you want to put magnesium into gunpowder?
No.
Let me put it this way: if you put a pound in there, it's gonna turn
It's
brighter.
1/5.
Yeah, that's gonna turn brighter than Vellum's sword.
Right? This
No,
is the
that's
last
not-
match. We got to go out with a flash. And trust me, I got something a little brighter to set this off.
Do we want to blind the crowd? I feel like that would negate the purpose.
Well, it's bright, but it throws out lots of sparks and shiny bits.
I think as long as it's not consistent, then it's not a problem. And that's why I haven't
No,
been
it's-
turning much later.
The lads used to call it flash powder. Except, this has a lot of real gunpowder behind it too, so it's more of just a flashy bomb.
You know what? I'm gonna try and make something that works like that, except it's actually controlled. Because what you, have
that
there,
works really well.
because what you have there is not even makeshift; it is makeshift dangerous.
That's what makes
You
it
take him over
fun.
here.
You know what? It's not like you can cinch off more of your hair, and she just sort of gently brushes her hand over his shiny bald top.
Hey, to be fair, I cut that. Though I could singe the mustache. You're right! I'll tie it to an end of that chain, and then I'll spin the chain overhead, and we'll lob it. Actually, maybe I can give that to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you, Liska. Maybe you can do that. You seem like you would be able to throw the slings and things.
I'm fine. You can do it.
Oh.
Do you want my shorter chain for that, or do you want to go with the longer one?
Well, let's go with the shorter chain.
Alright, there you go. It's got a bit of spit and some dents in it, though. And he sort of just hucks the chain over.
That's fine. That's fine.
As do I.
I'll not bother trading. It's probably going to explode with whatever the hell you tie to it.
Yes. So, it's 5 pounds of gunpowder, around a pound of magnesium, wrapped with chains, so there's some shrapnel, with a tail at the end to be able to throw it like a sling. Or a lasso that doesn't come back, hopefully.
Okay.
You have an impact fireball.
It's not quite impact. I still have to set it off. But that's what my magic's for. So actually, to synchronize, he's gonna say, well, I'd have to throw this and then get the spell ready. But I'd appreciate it if someone who can throw things fairly well perhaps would chuck it for me. Like, Grunka, would you be fine for that? Or, depending if you're okay with exploding, you could just run at it.
Oh,
Though
yeah,
you'd
sure.
get caught in a bomb and some fire, so that might not be so nice.
It's okay. I'm surprised I still have my fingers left from playing as a kid.
You would take some blinding light and a bit of fire and whatever that bomb does. But I can patch it up if you want to do that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Righto. Actually, the more I think about it, the funnier it sounds, but you are one gobbo I don't want to kill. So, pats you on the shoulder, maybe just toss it, friend.
We'll see. Depends what we're gonna fight, anyway.
Well, they'll probably want it to be as spectacular as we're planning to make it, so it's gonna be tough. Don't be afraid to hold back. And don't be afraid not to hold back.
Right, there'll be a lot of spells I'll be able to unleash. I have few. You know what, I
Be
might,
careful's out the fucking window. And if you can, especially you, Dejar, anyone who needs to be a bit safer, stick either with Liska or just 10 feet away from me or so. I'd like it if didn't end up in such a dire strait again, Dejar. I know you had no hand in it, but if I can help keep you safe, I will.
that's great. I'm gonna try and be a little bit more careful, stealthy, if I can. Janner, I'm gonna take out, throw one of the daggers I have and try to have one take out what's his name, Arden's dagger out.
Okay. Are you trying
If I
to swap attunements to things?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you're just gonna have it ready?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have that one ready.
All right then. Easy enough to do.
Oh, I was gonna say something. Oh,
'Cause I have
Spice.
a point.
Have you done your Arcane Recovery yet?
I already did last match, and I
That's fine. I
already
just
drank.
couldn't remember if you'd used it, and if you hadn't, then now would have been the time.
Yeah, I have. Let's see. This one. 7, 8. I have 10 slots left.
Nice. And all of those are going directly into whatever we're fighting.
That's the plan.
I will have to mention this now. At this point, my turret would have poofed.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, my turret only lasts like an hour.
Yeah, Liska's Shockwave also loses its enhancement.
Oh, right, okay. So you might have to fix that.
Sorry.
In here.
So that kind of Varesh approaches. Well, that fight was spectacular. I did not take you for a dinosaur rider, Bella.
Well, I'm surprising even myself lately. But hopefully it put on enough for show.
Well, one more fight left. I hope you're all prepared.
Angus is gonna look at Vellum. And Bresh. Gonna look back. Oh, well, dinosaurs are nothing. You know, my man here's ridden dragons before. Slays them, rides them. He's a real piece of work around reptiles, you know. Natural beast tamer. It's probably the beast within him, eh? He just smacks him at the side with a heavy hand.
I can't believe you're being his wingman right now, and it's hilarious, and I love it. Well, thanks for the compliments, Angus, but, I mean, yeah, I did ride a dragon for a little bit.
Hey? I did.
And I know you.
I guess I'm a bit more adept at riding things than I thought.
I know you've slayed dragons before, never ridden one. Interesting. She gives you a sort of quirk of an eyebrow, looks you up and down.
Don't make me roll charisma, please.
Tell you what, when we win, I'll cook up a nice meal, and everyone, you know, can sit down and enjoy that, and he can tell you some stories. How's that?
Very well.
Make a shopping list.
Perhaps I shall throw in some of my own cooking to the mix. And
You're a big part why this happened. Sorry. I was gonna let you talk, Atlas.
He just like he perks up and like, I'll bring some of my own cooking. He's like, you can't turn that down, Vellum.
Well, you're a very big part of all this, so of course it makes sense that you join us for the celebration. If you obviously you ain't got something grander in store for yourself.
well, we shall see how extravagant I can make a meal if you win this. And
Alright then.
with that, she's going to kind of saunter her way off back up to her seating area.
Danner, before you go into absolute full swing, we got 15 minutes.
Yes, I know.
I figured Jenna was going to set up the match and then we'd end it.
Yeah. Just before you go full banana.
I know.
You have a tendency to do that.
I have the keeping track of time, don't worry.
Hold on, this guy always sticks by his word. Whenever he doesn't do a recap, he doesn't do a recap. He doesn't get caught up in, like, the cool story and narration.
He doesn't immediately go
He
back
hasn't
on
left
what he
us
said.
15 to 20 minutes to be able to describe the cool scene, get us hype and fucking blue-balled edging for another week.
Anyway, shall we?
Moving on.
Shall
we become blue ball?
Yeah, shall I hype you up and blue ball you for another week?
Risk already has blue balls.
Pretty sure Rasmus sorted that.
You watch Varesh and Madame Zanzil kind of whisper to each other for a moment. Varesh nods, and then nods to the rest of you to be prepared. Madame Zanzil kind of stands up, makes her way to the edge of the platform here, spreads her arms wide. Our final fight tonight takes us to the depths of the Actuin Gulf, where the most primal of creatures lay in waiting. From the Titan Shark to the Great Kraken. Unfortunately, those would be far too big for the Crucible, so we have something a little more compact, but just as deadly. The drums thunder through the cavern as the arena floor begins to sink by 10 feet. And you will let's do this. Let's try this again, shall we? I'm gonna have Liska roll me a D9.
Alrighty then.
9. Okay, so you are there. Please lower yourself by lower yourself to 0 feet. Next up is Vellum. Please roll a D9. Sorry, a D8.
Dang,
1.
I was hoping for 8 just so we could count down. Oh, don't put me far away from the squishes again.
So you roll me a D7, please. Okay, you are there.
Just need Dejar and then
Angus. Roll me a D6. 6. 1, 2, 6. Let's see. I'll stick you there. And who's next? Grunker. Please roll me a D5.
Okay, so long as Dejar doesn't end up in the fucking middle.
Dejar, roll me a D4.
Okay, you're by Liskins, dude. I thought he was gonna shove her in the middle, and it was like, fuck, furthest away from everyone.
Please assign yourselves all 0 feet.
Janner, I am going to assume you're gonna put water in here.
Hell of a guess.
Just based on your
Big
introduction.
for sure. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So,
But
the drums... Oh,
Yeah, fuck it.
Yep.
I'll take it when we do it.
okay. You all have, like, a round to prepare, like an action or a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna stun my turret and have it on my shoulder.
I'm
gonna
going
do
to take.
Mm-hmm.
You go first.
DM you. No, I'm gonna DM you. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to take my sun staff and cause the light to float just above me.
Okay. So, just in case, I'm going to do this.
Aha! I rolled high for once.
Again, middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
Okay,
Damn.
ballista or flamethrower?
Ballista, just in case. It could
It
be
does-
like fire resistant for all we know. It could be, like you say, a water stage. Better to go with the all-rounder.
Cool.
And plus, forced movement's always good.
The stone rumbles beneath your feet as the drums thunder through the cavern. The arena floor sinks by 10 feet, and you watch seawater begins to pool around your legs. The gold jaguar heads scattered around the arena also begin to gush with seawater. The stone
begins to slowly rise with the water.
Yep. As you all be, as slowly the floor leaves your feet, and you begin to find yourself sort of.
Walking.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's the one thing I wanted to mention.
Mm-hmm. So you are unaffected. You are still at floor level.
I did.
And
Sorry.
You notice 4 10-foot by 10-foot platforms reach 5 feet above the water's surface at each corner of the Crucible.
Oh boy.
And it's then that you see in the very center of the arena a 3 by 3 tile pit seems to form here, and a massive form swims up from beneath. Dharma Krag, the Obsidian Jaw! The crowd cheers, and it swims up, and it breaches the top of the water like a whale, and you can see in all of its terrifying glory, you see a red-scaled fish-like creature with hard armoured chitinous plates surrounding its head and part of its body. The teeth are more like part of the armoured plates than true teeth, but they appear to be razor sharp, possibly able to cut through even chainmail or metal. And that is where we'll leave off.
Nice.
I did have
Nice.
something I wanted to do with my my one action.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything big.
Go ahead.
As I'm igniting, I wanted to try and do some flourish to work up the crowd.
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead.
the last. So performance.
I can't actually see.
The water is kind of making things a bit awkward.
Yeah. You're having
Actually
sort of like doggy paddle in the water, and it's making it very difficult for you to sort of hold up your sunblade.
Yeah, I started off, but then it gets to waist height. It's like, shit,
Yep.
fuck this.
Yep.
I can't actually see the enemy, so this will be fun.
You can't see it. Oh right, you're behind a pillar. That's why.
Yeah, I'm up behind a pillar as well. I just hear I saw it like crest above the pillar and then
Oh,
Yep.
splash.
Yeah, I didn't even see
Quick
that.
question. Quick question, Junior. We have one action before battle starts, correct? Cool.
Didn't you do your light thing with your staff?
Yeah, my light thing. That's gonna be an opener,
Okay.
a visual.
Alrighty.
Yep.
It's a.
I'll DM.
Is
I'll
that
DM
just
the end later.
okay? And with that, we'll end the session there.
Nice.
I've always found
Do this.
Dunkleosteus to be a very terrifying primal creature.
Yeah, and it just has fucking knives for a mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even teeth, it's just like serrated
Shiz.
fucking blade.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, guys, we have a goal. We need to refill the favor pot.
And with that, I will stop recording in 3, 2, 1.